All right, guys. Welcome back, everybody. It's our soft open. We're just kind of getting situated here. If you're first time in or you're stopping by after the live broadcast, feel free to jump forward a little bit till you see our pretty faces. Give everyone a minute to get into the chat here. Real quick, shout out to Enamel Red. Forgive me, but I don't recognize you from the chat, so welcome if it's your first time. And if it's not, welcome anyways. Shout out to you, Lucas Fuller. Same to you, Rolling Dubs. Welcome on back, brother. I saw Johnny in here earlier. James Lyles, what's good? You're quiet, man. You're quiet. But I see you lurking. James. Gang's all here. We're back in the studio.
Yo.
We're ready.
That's right.
Oh, yeah. Got to get these chillas open real fast. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man.
What's up, Quinn?
Appreciate y'all.
Quinn's back. That Derek Carr take's looking pretty good, Quinn. Hey, Vince, it's official. We can start now. Vince is here. So whenever you're ready.
All right. Let's do it.
You're listening to the Pillaging Podcast, a proud member of the Crow's Nest Podcast Network, companion podcast to PJ4F.com, the #1 podcast in Raider Nation. Tune in every week wherever podcasts are found. Call in and leave a message to be played on air at 408-909-PJFF. This episode brought to you by One Nation Fanware. Check them out at onenationfanware.com. It's time to pillage another podcast. I'm your host, Kenny Stapler. What you sipping on, Che?
Oh, chelas, man. We need them. We need them after another disappointing loss. But like your boy Kenny was saying off the air, there's still some hope, guys. There's still some hope. Let's not get too low. It sucks to lose. Always sucks to lose. But nothing a chela can't help out. Today we got this Modern Times Spaceways. And this is a Hazy Nelson IPA. Okay. Modern Times is one of our favorite beer companies.
Shout out.
Yeah, shout out to Modern Times. They come up with some tasty beers, man.
Yeah.
This one was purchased at your local Nob Hill, man. Nob Hill be coming through with some good craft beers sometimes.
Hell
man.
yeah.
Let me give it a taste. See what it tastes like.
Nob Hill's expanded they got a whole craft beer cooler now in my spot, so.
Same thing over at my house over there, dude.
Like the energy, Nob Hill. They put a Nob Hill in Watsonville?
They've had one there for a minute, man.
Woo.
Word.
Yeah,
dude.
that's good, man. This is low on the IBUs. Okay, it's only coming in at 50 on the IBUs, so it's not too bitter, right? It's got a little bitter on the end, but overall real smooth. It's a hazy, so there's that citrusy flavor to it, and it's got 6.7 ABV. So it's not something to just overlook, right? It'll get you. It'll get you,
especially in that tall can.
Yeah, you got that 16 ounces. It'll get you there.
Mm-hmm.
It'll get you there.
But you got that little
man. But look
right there.
at that beautiful color though. That's nice. It blends right into the background. See, look at that. It's actually literally blending into the background.
Looks like oatmeal.
Because it picks up some greens, I guess, somehow. But anyways, it's like a nice. It's almost kind of like a. It almost looks like a little bit of orange juice in there, huh? Look at a little Tampico.
It's that stuff floating at the bottom, bro. That's what it is. But you know what? It's just flavor. That's what it is.
Hey, it's got a lot of flavor, man. It's got that unfiltered, right? That's why it's a hazy. I'm a fan of hazies, man. I've had quite a few of them.
So the question everybody wants to know the answer to: would you buy it again?
Absolutely, man. This without a question.
Would you buy it again after that?
Yes.
And would you buy it again?
This is something that I would bring to the tailgates to share with our loyal listeners and followers.
Say less.
Yeah, this is something that would end up in the legendary craft beer chela ice chest.
Yeah,
the big blue one.
This ain't no
Big Blue.
This ain't no little. This ain't the silo cooler, man. Where we keep the free stuff and
the White Claws.
and the White Claws.
No. This is not the silo.
You're my boy, Blue.
Not the silo. Yeah, but this is look at. Give a little rundown of some hops on this too. Nelson Motueka. Never heard of that hops. And Simcoe. Okay. Yeah.
Interesting.
So it's got them hops up in there.
So real quick before I move on to football stuff.
Yeah.
I'm going to challenge you. Challenge you, Che. It's okay to like every beer. I think there's so many good beers out there that goes without saying.
This is true.
But I am going to challenge you to kick some of these beers out of the cooler in coming weeks. All right.
Okay.
Be very discerning. Which ones make that blue?
Okay.
And we'll pull that.
Oh no! Yeah, trust me.
let's
I got a list of what's going in good old blue, bro.
We've been too kind to these breweries, man.
Oh no, very kind, and we haven't gotten any reciprocation.
Exactly. Just for the record, I got no problem with your takes.
Well, see, what you're doing is you're putting them in the hot seat to try to get some of these breweries to respond, man.
Yeah.
This is true.
Hot seat.
So I got no problem with your takes. Good
Hot pants.
Good beer starts at the checkout counter, and you have impeccable taste. So it's no surprise that you like most every beer you bring in here. You bring in some good beers.
Yes.
But we got to be real critical, and that's what we're going to do going forward.
Speaking of, okay, and just because you brought that up, there is some chelas in the fridge downstairs that you've been telling me that I need to taste.
Yeah.
Because you said,
Bro,
I'm getting a little tired. I'm getting a little tired of you liking every single thing that you taste. So you're gonna have to taste one of these.
This is a challenging brew.
And see if we could get a no out of you.
Yo, is it that basil beer?
It's that mint. Yeah, mint cucumber.
Mint cucumber.
So we'll see.
We'll see what that's like.
Also, quick producer's note, mostly to Bobby and Shay here. If it seems like I'm not staring at you, it's because I could actually see you in my little rear view mirror right there. So
I see you in my rear view.
Dealing with some poison oak here on the left forearm, I should say. So won't be typing much in the chat tonight. But been listening to the feedback, and you'd like us to get into football talk quicker, so we're going to do that right now. We'll reset the plugs and all that stuff during the first break. If everyone's cool with that, you guys cool with that?
Oh yeah, absolutely, man.
All right, well let's get right into some quick hits then. Let's go.
Oh, hey. And we're having malfunctioning buttons.
It's all good because I got you right here. Quick hits.
Let's go.
Quick hits.
Got to do that manual.
Yeah, let's go. COVID-19 rearing its ugly head in the NFL. That's right.
Here they come.
Oh,
Here they come down. They're late. It's all right.
It's COVID. It hits and waves, bro.
So
Hey, this is live, y'all. This is live.
let's reset for the
Spontaneous.
Spotify listeners. Let's reset. Quick hits. COVID-19 rearing its ugly head in the NFL. Yeah, you guys have been seeing the news. Already had Patriots-Chiefs game postponed, short postponement to Monday night. You had Titans and Steelers postponed, and looking like a possibility of a second Titans game getting postponed as 16 of their players and staff have tested positive. On the Raiders side of things, Raiders, as you guys know, Raiders-Saints game is a total of $700,000 in fines. People say like, "Oh, these guys make a lot of money. These fines don't hurt." That's a chunk of change right there for a coach.
Yeah.
But an additional $50,000 for violating the league's COVID-19 policies by letting somebody not sanctioned to be in the locker room get in the locker room. I'm sure that was an oversight. I don't think anybody tried to snuck them in. It seemed like an oversight type thing.
Yeah.
And then John Gruden, with the mask half on last week. It was riding low this week. And then, of course, the fiasco with the Darren Waller fundraiser, which there's a lot of opinions on that. We're going to kind of leave my opinion out of all of that. And now with Jason La Canorfa from CBS Sports, take it or leave it, Jason's not always accurate, but he's suggesting that the Raiders are likely going to be docked a draft pick as the NFL starting to crack down a little bit harder, saying that draft picks might be a casualty if COVID-19 policies aren't carried out fully. I don't disagree with that. I mean, if you're trying to be strict, what I disagree with is the NFL not having these policies in place well before the season started.
Right. We've been talking about this, man.
We've been talking about.
We've been saying like, yo, how come you're not on top of this shit?
Yeah.
Right. We've been saying that. We even said, look at the NBA, man. Look at the NBA. They set the standard and the example, and everybody else is just kind of like, oh, we'll figure it out as we go. MLB had the issues, right? And now you're starting to see the NFL have the issues, and it's because you're taking things lightly. You're just figuring everyone will just do what they're supposed to do. That's not how it goes, yo. We already know that.
This is why I said it a long time ago when we talked about this, that I didn't feel like the NFLPA would let the season start on regular time. I honestly thought they were going to do like, hey, you know what? Just for safety purposes, just for protocol purposes, let's start off halfway through the season because like you said, let's cement the actual regulations and what it is that we're supposed to do, the rules, what it is, like the fines. Because right now, all it is as far as like fines and draft picks, it's like they're just kind of going ahead and just deciding on the whim who is going to get fined and who's going to get docked, draft picks or whatever. And right now, it's not set in stone. But if they were to have all this information already set up and everything before, there wouldn't have to be no questions about, well, why is that team being preferred as opposed to that team? Why isn't it all the way across? And like I said before, the NFLPA, I honestly thought they were going to say no because of the health. Mm-hmm. Look how many players have been injured already. And the injuries just keep stacking up. It's crazy because noticing in the fantasy football, just seeing everybody just dropping players and picking up random names and this and that. And it's like, dude, that's just people playing fantasy, man.
Yeah.
This is like real life what's going on in the NFL. And these guys have to make those decisions on the fly. And look what's going on. They have to move games around, what was it, the bye weeks and whatnot.
Yeah.
You only got one bye week. You can only move games around so much. After that, what's going on. Now you're making a short week, and now these players don't have time enough to heal, to rest, to actually, go out there and train like they're supposed to.
Yep.
It's a giant shit show, and I honestly am pretty bummed out that the NFLPA didn't look at this a lot sooner and take the NBA route. Obviously, it's a lot harder to create a bubble, but they should have just gone with a lot more stringent rules and whatnot.
Yeah, and you snuck in a good point there, Bobby, just with the player health, not even outside of COVID-19 positives, is just, the injuries, man, just taking the league by storm. You saw it in today's game on both sides of the ball. Guys going down, getting nicked up, looking tight and pulling things. Yeah, it's rough out there, man. It's really rough. I know we're really thankful to have sports right now. It's a nice distraction. It's pulling all of us together here. All of the Pillagers coming back together. Feels real good to be talking about football. But wow, man, just it's been a crazy ride so far this year. So, we'll see how it goes. John Gruden, keep your damn mask on. I know, bro. I know. Maybe you got to go with that Cobra Commander face shield. I don't know.
He's got that fucking Bane mask, bro.
And I get it. I mean, anyone that's worn the mask, you try to go to you try to order some food or talk to somebody, and communicating is difficult through those things. I get that. So it's even worse when you got the headsets, which are probably not 100% solid all the time. You're cutting out and all that. So. It is sponsored by Verizon, so
it's even worse, man. When you got like 4 referees that you're trying to cuss the hell out.
Yeah,
right. Did you guys catch John Gruden cussing out like right? They're like, I think the series ended, and they were coming off the sidelines, and they're following like Derek Carr off the sideline, and then you just hear, "Fuck, you fuck kidding me."
It was awesome.
I was like, that was Gruden. That was Gruden. That was beautiful. Love you, coach.
That's the main thing that Gruden really is bummed out about. Is just being able to scream out there a lot of these profanities that makes Chucky. Man.
Too busy chewing on a mask. God damn.
Yeah, I mean, and it goes a little bit further, right? We maybe stand to benefit slightly this week because the Chiefs were scheduled to have a bye week, right?
Yep.
Is that right?
Yep.
And now they're coming off a short week when we catch them. But these Titans. And the Steelers feeling. I mean, I never really feel bad for the Steelers, but just objectively as a team, just as a sports.
This is facts.
As a sports team, to have to forfeit your. I think they had a week 8 bye, which in my opinion is like the perfect week for your bye, right?
Right.
Smack in the middle of the season,
absolutely, dude.
Right.
Absolutely.
And now they got to take it early. And how many times can you reschedule a team? The Titans are already looking at a second postponement. What happens then? What's going to happen later on in the season when the schedule gets tighter? Do you postpone the playoffs and possibly give a team a bonus bye week going into that? I mean, what's going to happen? Is this as we move into the colder months, as flu season starts to pick up? You're going to have a little bit of maybe people get stricter during flu season, or as we've seen just in general life, people sort of looking to get out there and brave things because we're just we're
hey, hold on,
trying to get back to it.
Hold on. maybe this will all resolve itself because the president, he's learned some things about COVID.
Possibly.
And I'm sure he's going to have a lot of answers now.
He's going to disappear magically. Yeah. I don't know what to say about that, but your new starting corner is going to be Clinton Remdesivir for the Tennessee Titans. What the fuck? So.
It's going to be giving off them fucking COVID cocktails on the sidelines, bro.
I'm just saying.
Damn, man.
Just saying, man.
They were having some sort of like pajama party or something, dog, in order for them to be getting all that COVID and shit.
What? I have a question. Whatever happened to hydrochloroquine? I mean, wasn't that the miracle?
People were dying, bro. People were dying.
I mean, was it? But I mean, you know, I mean, I kept hearing.
Remdesivir. That's the new hotness, bro. That's the new hotness.
Is that Trump's new go-to now?
It's sort of that's a legitimate go-to. It actually has sped up some recovery.
I know it is, bro. Yeah. You don't have to tell me.
I don't know.
Oh,
but
man.
It is definitely very difficult to navigate, and just kind of bring this all the way back to where we first started and wrap this up. You know, what Shay was saying about, the NFLPA, and Bobby was saying about the NFLPA and not having clear guidelines to start the year. Even more frustrating considering how clear the guidelines were for training camp and off-season activities. Mm-hmm. We were there. We ran down the whole document when they released it. Thought it was very clear cut. I thought it was very detailed, and it was an excellent roadmap. And here we come into the regular season, and they're making decisions on the fly now. Not a good place to be with what we're dealing with right now. No. So let's move it forward.
Yeah.
Quick hits. Damon Arnett to injured reserve, thumb surgery. Yeah, this old news came on early in the week, but we got to talk about it because it definitely had some ripple effects in today's game.
Yeah.
Notably the touchdown on Amik Robertson's first play from scrimmage.
Well, you know what? That had a lot more to do with the Joyner injury, right?
Yeah.
But obviously, not having Arnett out there is a bad thing for us, man. I mean, I know we like to see our guys that have been on the team, that have been fighting to try to get some time on the field for this team. Nevin Lawson. Mm-hmm. He came in and he tried to do his thing out there. And then you know what? He has some good plays. He came up. He had some nice tackles. He was sure tackler for, on a couple plays. But yeah, we just can't have our top guys out. And today you saw the backfield, defensive backfield was hurting, man. We were having trouble, dog. We were having trouble. Joyner getting hurt, Arnett being out for the whole game, even Abram getting hurt again. And I saw that and I was like, oh no, here we go again. But you know what? They fought through it. So, I tip my cap to those guys because they did what they had to do to stay on the field.
Yeah.
But we got to get better, man. We got to get better. And Arnett, I need you to get healthy right away. I don't know how fast that's going to take, man, but put a big ass cast on it like
Mad Max?
Yeah, like Mad Max did, bro, and let him come back and just club the shit out of people.
I mean, he did that,
He wore a club in Ohio.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
He had actually broken his wrist. And
okay.
I think it was maybe in the same hand as well.
Yeah.
And he wore a club.
So surgery took place when? When's that going to take place?
Surgery, I believe, already
happened.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's going to be casted up, right?
Yeah. He's already playing with the cast. Re-aggravated it bad in the New England game. He fell down. So I don't know about that thumb, but that could come all the way back up here on the forearm. I don't know. I'm not a doctor, but...
Well, let him get a whole, fist to forearm cast, bro, and just let him go out there and karate chop motherfuckers, bro.
Yeah.
I'm cool.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that.
He should talk to
Cobra Kai, bro. We've been saying Cobra Kai, dog. He strike first.
He should talk to Fu.
No mercy.
Fu would be able to help him out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man.
Tell him, like, bro,
think about all the old school Raiders that had cast because not because they broke their hands, but because they just wanted to beat the hell out of people.
Bruh, smash that like button if you ever practice karate in the garage.
Smash that like button if your nickname is Nighthawk.
Smash that like button if you've ever wore a bandana.
Hey,
you have.
But shout out, thoughts and prayers to Damon Arnett. Hopefully, a speedy recovery, bro, because we need you out there, man.
Absolutely, man.
You were playing with reckless abandon, and we need
and you
that.
know what? And shout out to you for playing injured, bro. Like,
yes,
you know what? We appreciate you trying to tough it out, man. Because I saw him many times coming off the side after series and grabbing at his wrist. And you know, you could tell he was in pain, man. And he was doing everything that he could to stay on the field. And the fact that he had to come off the field, he had to have the surgery, just tells you how hurt he actually was.
Yeah.
So I appreciate the effort to stay on the field, man.
Hell yeah. Let's go. Let's keep it moving.
Yeah, boy.
Quick hits. Mariota back from IR and then misses Thursday practice. Dealing with the pec strain. Mariota in, Mariota out. Quick hits. This next news piece is sort of a sad one. Barrett Robbins arrested again in Florida. Frequently found sleeping outside of a 7-Eleven. That's just a note right now. I don't really have any other details on that. I don't know how big of a news story that was. I really wasn't on social media this week. I just happened to see that in the news feed this morning as I was going through Google. Have you guys heard anything else about that?
No, man. No. You know what? This is actually, I hadn't even heard of that. I just kind of stayed off of social media for the week.
Yeah.
I hadn't really been checking in on news, so I totally missed that, man. It's fucking sad, man. It's fucking sad. You know what? I know a lot of people in Raider Nation have a lot of anger towards Barrett Robbins.
Yeah.
Due to the catastrophe that was the Super Bowl in 2002. But listen, man, that's still a man.
Yeah.
That's still a man, and his life does matter, man. So, you know, I know he's dealing with all the mental health issues, and he's been struggling for a long, long time. And I wish him well, man. I wish him well. I hope he's able to get better, man.
He needs help, man. He needs a circle, because if you're sleeping in front of 7-Eleven, I mean, where's your family at and all that? So it's hard to love people like that. It really is. You hate to say it, but it's hard to love somebody like that. Yeah. We've all been there, whether it was us or somebody you knew. You might have had to cut a friend off, or a family member, or might have been you at some point. But again, thoughts and prayers out to Barrett Robbins. I don't know. At this point, I just don't know. Shout out to Jay Callie. Jay Callie says, we need to get ahead early next week in KC, and we need to have long drives to win, says every team that plays Kansas City. You're not wrong, Jay Callie. You're not wrong. But yeah.
Hey, shout out Jay Callie. We need that and then some, brother. Let's just be honest, man. We need a lot of things to go our way. That's a good start.
Bro, we need Ruggs back in that lineup.
Yeah,
That's
we do.
Exactly why we drafted him.
Yeah, we do.
He scares the hell out of everybody, man.
Dog. Yeah.
Because everyone just focuses on him.
He spreads the field, man. He spreads the field. I mean, the man hasn't really, outside of the first game, he hasn't really done much. And obviously, that was the game that he got injured in, right?
Yeah.
But the fact that he steps on the field makes people concerned, and it draws attention to him. And the Raiders had been taking advantage of that. So the last two games without him, I think we're seeing the effects of not having a Ruggs. It makes it a lot easier to key in on guys like Waller and Jacobs. And then when you got, Ruggs, you got Tyrell, who's out, lost for the season. Now you have Edwards out too. Now you're down to your, third, your fourth, fifth, sixth guys.
Yeah.
And shout out to Nelson Aguilar for going out there and killing it, right? Like,
hell yeah.
He played his ass off today.
Him and Zay Jones been balling
Zay
out,
Jones
man.
too, man.
Have, dude.
But I want to say, I just want to go back to where you started there. Edwards and Ruggs being out this week, it's a negative, but the positive is you felt their absence. Yeah. Which says they are making an impact already early on in their career.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
absolutely. And listen, man, look, this happens to teams in all sports, right? You have your main guys, you have your studs, your stars, right? And then you hit the field or you hit the court, right? And you play, and then somebody gets injured, they go down, and then somebody has to step up, right? Somebody has to come in and make plays while in their absence. Mm-hmm. And as long as you're able to get through that rough spot without your main guys, it's a positive, because now these guys have gained that experience, that connection with your quarterback, because the quarterback really, honestly, look, if you're hitting the field with your number one, your number two, your number three receiver, you got a stud ass tight end and a running back, you're probably not going to be throwing a whole lot of passes to some of these other guys at any other time, even at practice, right? You're going to focus on what you know is going to be on the field for the majority of the time.
Yeah.
when you get these guys that have to sit because of injury, now they're getting that chemistry that they wouldn't have gotten throughout the regular season, right?
Yeah.
And so when it's game time and you go out and let's say you make playoffs, you got all your roster, but you're in need of a special play, you're in need of something to happen. Those role players, just like in any other sport, right? They come in and maybe all their job was for one game was to make a 15-yard grab or sneak out behind the defense because they're not paying attention to you because all their focus is on Ruggs, on Waller, on Jacobs, and there you are all by yourself in the end zone.
Yep.
That is where it pays off. So look, I know we're mad, but we're 2-2, y'all. We're 2-2. We're in second place in the AFC West.
Facts.
And we still got guys that are going to be coming back. So when they come back, I think we're going to be more well-rounded, man. That's all I'm trying to say. Look at this. Look at the positives. Look at the fact that we got chemistry building between the entire receiving core, not just a few guys. And let's hope that it pays off for us. You know? There you go. Pick me up. Positive chair.
Yeah, and we're going to get into kind of the predictions here in a minute. So put a pin in a few of those things that Chase said. Some good points there. Really good points. Let's move on. Let's give you a quick injury update. I mean, this is kind of, early, late, whatever you want to call it. So going in today's game, right, Trent Brown out, Brian Edwards out, Henry Ruggs out, Rico Gafford out, Dalen Leavitt out, Patrick Omame out, Damon Arnett out, Richie Incognito out. In game, we saw Malik Collins go down. I don't know that he came back. Bobby said he was questionable return. We don't remember seeing him back in there. LaMarcus Joyner got nicked up. Obviously, Robertson on the ensuing play. You know what happened. Jonathan Abram got nicked up right back out. The Abrams he's like, I'm not going out. Like last year, I already gave up the season. So in every single game, we've had an Abram scare, and he's right back out on the field. So shout out to you.
Yeah,
And you got to respect that kid, man.
Oh man, we're getting all kinds of love right now in the chat, man. We got to hit these shout outs.
Let's do it. Shout out Straight Right Sports. Thanks for the $5 donation. Straight Right. Oh, he's got a way of his comments just knife right through. So he says, number one, defense needs a spark. Got to fire Paul G ASAP. I don't know that that's it, man. I don't know that that's it. I think you're dealing with a lack of talent right now on defense and a lack of experience. And I hate it when we have to go into excuse mode over here on the Pillaging Podcast. But I'd pump the brakes right now because, everyone's waiting on Marinelli to fill that gap. But what's his unit doing?
Right.
Yep.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
What was that line doing today?
That's a good point, man. That's a good point.
Number two, he says offense resorts back to last year's 2 weeks in a row because of injuries, mistakes. Number three, refs were atrocious. The illegal block in the back, that was ticky tack. I didn't agree with that. As far as the offense resorting back, I mean, Derek Carr, 311 yards. The last 2 years, our offense has been the run game, and we're about to get into silver and black facts. So let's just go ahead and segue right now. Josh Jacobs, 48 yards rushing. It's the offensive line this week, guys.
Yeah.
2 hits. 2 sacks on Carr. I think he was hit like maybe 4 times. I don't know. Maybe that's a little too much. Again, Jacobs, 48 yards. And I know we were behind. We only had 15 carries. But how many of those went for 1 yard? 2 yards. If it wasn't
we got shut down today, man.
Yeah, if it wasn't for his 12-yard scamper, 16-yard scamper, his average ended up at 3. I would have been a lot lower than that if it wasn't for those chunk yardage. So.
You know what, man? Late in the game, too, there was a run where it was I think it was off. Was it a fourth down? Was it a fourth down play? Or maybe it was like a 3rd and short, and they tried to run it. We tried to run it, and they tried to run behind your beast, Gabe Jackson. And I was thoroughly disappointed when I saw the replay and I saw Gabe Jackson not get out of his stance. Like, he was beat to the punch by the D tackle, and before he knew it, he was catching. He was catching the D tackle, and the D tackle was able to shut down the hole. There was no movement. There was a collapse of the line, and there was nowhere for the running back to go. Right? There's nowhere for Jacobs to go, and we can't have that happen. Man, well, our big hogs, they need to be at the point of attack, especially when that you're gonna run the ball, man. You know you're gonna run the ball,
and he's supposed to be one of the stalwarts of the.
That's what I'm saying. Like you're the man. And look, I got love for Gabe Jackson because he puts that man boob all up on motherfuckers, and he's pancaking people left and right. Like just go back. Anytime that our boy Gabe Jackson's on the field, he's gonna have at least 1 to 2 pancakes a game, bro, for sure. You just see motherfuckers' feet just lifting up off the ground and falling back.
Call him short stack, man.
Yeah, bro. He throws that short stack. That's a tall stack, man. Some of them guys got some big ass guts. But listen, that we can't happen. We can't have happen, man. We can't have that shit happen. Gabe Jackson, you're too good to have that happen to you on an important play like that. Mm-hmm. You cannot freeze. You got to be on top of that snap count, especially when there's no noise in the stadium, dog. Like, you got to know your snap count. You need to be the first one off the ball. The defense cannot beat you off the ball.
Right.
Okay? That's all I got to say about that. I got love for you, dog. Mm-hmm. I know what you've done for us, and I believe in you. That was just a bad play for you, man. That was a bad play for you, man.
Big shout out to Mary Jane. She says, much love from Sonora. Thanks for the 1999 donation. 1999.
Are you out of your mind?
I feel like I need to add tax to that. That's like a retail price. But I appreciate that. Dude, we do. Thank you very much, Mary Jane. You've been very generous over the last 3 weeks. Much love. Sending our love out to Sonora. Hopefully it cools down out there. I know Mary Jane's doing some moving right now. It's hot, and she's working through the night. So that's a smart move. Smart play. Smart play.
There you go.
Shout out to James Lyles, man. Thank you, $50 donation. Shout out.
Cheers, man. I'm trying to keep all these sips right here. Like, I'm trying to spread it out.
Mr. Lyles says we should have gone for it on 4th and 2 on our own 5. You know, I don't disagree with that, and I'm trying to find Raiders season 4th down statistics right now. I don't feel like it's been very good, but we did go for it. On like 4th and 1, and got stonewalled.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, gut feeling says yes, we should be able to do that. In Madden, I can do that. I don't know if this Raiders team gets it done today on 4th and 2 though. But you're not wrong. I mean, I agree with you, man. I'm agreeing with you. I don't know they get it done today. That offensive line had no push.
Buffalo definitely switched it up their game from last week, because last game they were allowing a lot of rushing yards to go down, and this week it was definitely not in there.
Well, I think they were prepared, man. They were well prepared. They knew what they were going to get from the Raiders. Yeah. They knew that the offensive line was going to be missing some guys, so they're like, this is our opportunity to really get after it, and they did. They took advantage of it, man.
Yep.
I
got this sneaky feeling too, and before I get into this, because this ties in. Shout out to Raider Rich. Thanks for the $10 donation. He says defenses are stacking the box and don't have to play honestly. Yeah, absolutely. But I have this sneaky feeling that possibly Gabe, history would say possibly Gabe, and even Colton Miller are playing injured right now.
Yeah,
got a sneaky feeling. Those guys are hurt right now, because Colton Miller had his worst game of the season this year. Yeah. And he hasn't been lights out this year. He's been up and down, honestly, throughout games. Mostly good. I'd say he washes out on the better side of everything. But today was a real bad game for Colton Miller. He had a real hard time keeping defenders in front of him, and he was chasing all game.
You know, it's funny you bring that up, because that actually makes a lot of sense, because I've noticed the exact same thing last year before we found out that his knee was all messed up and that he was icing it down and wrapping it up.
But if you were tuning into the Pillaging Podcast, we were on that. We were like, yo, I'm pretty sure this dude has an injury. Yeah. It looks like he's injured.
Yeah.
It looks like he's injured.
And we saw it in his first year with that, I think it was his injured ankle, no plant.
Yep.
And you saw decent positioning until he was just out of position. No plant foot, no power behind that. So, Colton Miller's a strong dude.
He is.
And for him to be letting guys go like that, it's just something doesn't smell
And
right.
especially Jackson too, man.
And listen, man, like you got to look at it and you say, you also tip your cap to him, because he understands how important he is to this team. And if he is gone, who's gonna come and replace him,
bro?
Right. So,
and that's why they're in there. Right.
That's why he's playing. He's gonna play through injury, man. And you tip your cap to him, man. You just gotta say, you know what? We're gonna understand when you make a mistake out there. It's not because you're not playing well or you're not good enough. It's because you're a little banged up, man. You're a little beat up right now, and so we appreciate you just giving the effort, dog. Honestly,
so stop eating all the cookies, Trent Brown.
Yeah,
Hugging you up.
No disrespect to the guys that are in there now or the guys waiting in the wings, but I mean, if these guys weren't sucking it up, if we are right about this, I mean, your offensive line would be Brandon Parker, Denzel Good, Rodney Hudson, John Simpson, and Sam Young. Not necessarily in that order, but that does not inspire a lot of confidence at this point.
That's rough.
You know,
that's rough. Those ain't the guys you expect to be out there. So you would not be happy at all with that lineup.
Yeah.
If you got good positive things happening, of course you would be ecstatic, right? You're like, oh shit, our backups are killing it. But this is a game of putting your best player on the field. You win by putting your best players on the field, right? So that's not going to work.
More facts. Let's get into some more facts here. Derek Carr.
Fact.
I think we're at 299 attempts now with no interception. Last year, we said, yeah, of course, he's playing too safe. But these first 4 games, man, Derek Carr's stepping it up. He's answering the call. We told you guys we'd back this dude once he started backing himself.
Yeah.
And he is, man. I think Derek Carr played a hell of a game today. I know some of y'all think that's a hot take. I'm not even hit the button because I don't think it's a hot take. I think you know what?
Let's get a hot take. Give it a hot take, man. Let's get a hot take in there.
Let's go.
Because people want it, man. You got to give them what they want.
we don't got these animations for nothing. And then so Derek Carr stat line today, right? Let's read that. 32 of 44, 311 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, 2 sacks, and then I don't have the hits in front of me, but I want to say he was hit 3 or 4 times. So
yeah, no, he was under some pressure, bro.
20
under some pressure.
20 yards on his feet, picked up a couple, tough first downs. Slid when he needed to slide, stretched out when he needed to stretch out. Derek Carr made a lot of plays on his feet today, rolling out right, throwing against his body to find Witten in the end zone. Damn near a jump pass to Witten at that point. Derek Carr looked poised today. His head was turning. He was going through reads. Saw him go through all of his progression and then come back at one point.
Yep.
There in the red zone. He's answering the call. Everything that we've been critical of Carr of last season, he's really cleared up this year. He's had one, I think week 2, looked a bit like a deer in the headlights there at times, and then snapped out of it, going into the second half. The Raiders have scored now 31 points within the final 2 minutes of the half in 2020. It's a big facts.
Those are big facts.
Those are big facts,
big
man.
facts.
But on the bad side, right, 46 missed tackles through the first 3 weeks. It's not including this week. That's first in the NFL. That's a category you don't want to be at the top of.
No.
So I hear you guys calling for Paul Gunther's head and stuff. Hey, this defense is young, it's raw, and you even got vets like Joyner, who's probably accounts for at least 6 to 8 of those missed tackles himself. Brand new linebacking core. We told y'all it was going to be rough for this defense getting started, and it is. It looks rough. Allen exposed this defense today to a certain degree. I saw the pass rush pushing today, but still not getting home. And we've been talking about Paul Gunther and this defense. I saw the blitz more today. Abram going on the missile today. But that secondary was not there to cover up the back door, and that's where you get hurt. We've talked about this ad nauseum on the podcast. The secondary and the defensive line work in sync to get those sacks, to get those turnovers, to get those interceptions. And right now it seems to be one or the other for the Raiders and never both at the same time. We saw it happen against Drew Brees, resulting in an interception, right? So this defense, the talent is there, very raw. The chemistry is not there, and it's just not coming together all at once. Am I wrong?
No, not at all.
I mean, everyone's calling for PG's head.
That's accurate.
And like Kenny said, where's the pressure is at the line. If you're relying on your secondary, there's a problem. Secondary is your backup. They're the guys that get you out of dodge because you missed a tackle, you fucked up, and someone got past you.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be relying on your secondary. The secondary is there just because. It's the damn line that creates the pressure, that shuts down the quarterback, that sacks him, that does that. Shout out to Mad Max, because that was awesome that you got another sack again. And it's funny because you notice how he was so eager that he jumped and he got a flag, but he corrected himself.
Yeah.
There was other players that were just playing too emotional. And my, like, dumpster player, dog, has to be
right there.
Arden Key. I'm sorry, but I'm sorry, bro. I had to say it. I hate you, Arden Key. Bro, he wants to be the hero, wants to be all loud, and creates a fucking, a personal foul, bro. That's not the way to do it. You want to be the man, get out there and actually start doing something. Create those plays. That what he did before last game, where he jumped up and he actually batted the ball down. That's what we want you to see, man. That's cool that you want to be, swaggering boisterously, man, but at what cost? At 15 yards? At 20 yards? How many yards does it have to cost you, man? Don't try to show off to the refs. Show off on the field, bro.
Yeah, Key.
True.
I know he's not in your position group, but the dude you need to hang out with is Jonathan Abram, because seen him out of position today, a couple plays later, comes through, big smack him, big stuff in the backfield.
Yeah.
Abram laying some wood, tackling smart this year. And then, again, a big shout-out to Dos Equis, Max Crosby, splitting the alley, coming through with the run back to chase down Josh Allen and put him on the ground. So those are two playmakers right there, Key, that you should buddy up with. And Max Crosby, is he captain yet on that defense? Because he's starting to look like a real team leader.
I think he should be. I think the effort that the guy gives. And even in the first couple of weeks where he didn't really perform and didn't have the production that we saw last season, right? We're kind of like, where's Max at? Where's Mad Max at? Even in those games, like the guy has no stop. Mm-hmm. He has no stop. He continues to pursue. It doesn't matter if he's getting blocked. It doesn't matter if they're throwing a chip block at him. Whatever. He's gonna keep fighting. He's gonna keep pursuing. He's going to try to run after, even if the ball's gone, he's going to keep running. He's going to keep running downfield, try to chase down a running back, chase down a wide receiver, whatever he's got to do. The guy has motor, and that's what Gruden loves about him. That's what I love about him, man. So shout out Max, man, because you show the characteristics of a leader. And it's just a matter of time before you have that C on your chest, though.
Yeah, and watch him coming off the field. He's smacking helmets. He's talking to guys.
Yeah.
He's getting the team pumped up. Just leadership qualities all around in just his second year. So, Mad Max, get this man a C on his chest. He deserves it. So,
real quick, let me ask you guys this question because, Bobby, you brought up the point of Key, being your trash can player of the game, What's the answer here? Because it seems like PG and the defense has decided they really want Key coming off that edge. Should we be looking at putting Farrell back out at defensive end and going with Malik and Hankins on the inside and stop playing this like Farrell get inside, Farrell get outside, Farrell get inside, Farrell get outside? Should we just let him play defensive end, shut down, be the strong side defensive end, set the edge,
yes,
and let Max Crosby, because that's what I feel like. Key, you've had your opportunities, dog. If you're not getting it done now in year 3, you have plenty of time to get adjusted to the defense. You've had plenty of time to add strength and whatever moves you need to be productive on the field, and it's not happening.
I got kind of an out-of-pocket take right here. I say yes, Klee needs to set the edge. The answer is playing for the Dallas Cowboys, and his name is Aldon Smith. He's currently leads the league in sacks.
Hey, man.
And I'm so mad that, dude, we needed to bring him back.
Yeah.
We needed to bring him back.
I mean, I wanted to see him back, man, but we just didn't know what the standing was on that. And let me just say this real quick, because it's not necessarily the Raiders' fault that Aldon Smith didn't come back to the Raiders.
It's
the
Brown's fault.
Well, yeah, it's Antonio Brown's fault, but it's also the NFL's fault, okay? Because the NFL loves to fucking put the Raiders in a position where they have to make a decision on a player. They don't ever give them a straight answer. They don't ever say, oh, yeah, you know what? We're just going to suspend this guy for the season. We're going to suspend this guy for the next 10 games. We're going to suspend this guy for 2 years. They don't ever give him a goddamn answer. And then they're like, okay, well, we don't really know what the options are with this dude, so we're just going to have to cut bait.
Yeah.
and let him go.
Yep.
And then here we are.
Then 3 days later, here's the answer.
You know, Cowboys pick up Aldon Smith, and he's playing out of his mind.
Yeah.
And let's just say this: the Cowboys ain't playing that great.
No.
They just got mollywopped by the Cleveland Browns. But Aldon Smith is looking like their best defensive player, and there's no reason why he shouldn't have been allowed to continue to wear the silver and black for rolling up and smoking a fucking blunt. Come on now. Come on now.
I know.
Terrible.
Bullshit.
Real quick, shout out Derek Carr, most career starts at QB than any other Raider. That just seems wild, man. I mean, not a bad thing. Congratulations, Derek Carr. It just seems crazy with, you know, it just felt like guys like Jim Plunkett, Ken Stabler played forever for the Raiders, you know, LaMonica and all that. So, I mean, that's a hell of a feat right there. Derek Carr is up there in Raider records. So, shout out Derek Carr. And
He tied, or did he take over? Did he take the lead over Stabler on touchdowns?
Yes.
Yeah, right?
So.
He tied it with the first one, right?
Yeah.
And the second one was the so Derek Carr also, congratulations on being the all-time touchdown passing quarterback for the Raiders, man.
Yeah, and that's an old stat. I think that came into fruition last week, but it was notable and needed to say. And I got to say, I'm glad it's happening this year when Derek Carr's playing better. You know, because last year, although on the stat sheet it looked good, we talked about last year already. Last year we talked about that, but this year, I like I said, I think Derek Carr's playing his heart out, seeing notable improvements and a lot more confidence and a lot more comfort level in this offense. So overall, let's get down to kind of the game breakdown, and we'll talk about some moments in the game. I just want to preface it by saying, you know, everyone's kind of down right now. I know everyone's jumping on the defense right now. This is my hot take. I thought the Raiders played a damn good game today. You know, we're coming in off of a back-breaking loss last week. Just that game was not close. They were playing at home, but there's really no home field advantage this year. You got the undefeated Buffalo Bills coming in. Josh Allen coming in hot, one of the hottest quarterbacks, if not the hottest quarterback in the NFL right now. And you had him within one score. I could think about 3 plays in this game, and we get any one of those back. This is a tie ball game late in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
You had the Aguilar touchdown call back, and of course the 2 fumbles. Raider Tim said Carr's currently tied with Stabler. My bad. So correction. He's going to pass that though. So I don't know. I feel like against one of the hottest teams in the league, coming off a backbreaking loss, you know, coming back from New England, this team was ready to play today with 2 of your playmakers out on offense, out on defense. Your offensive line hurt, nicked up. Josh Jacobs already nicked up on the year. We had everything going against us in this game, and we were in it, man. We were in it to the very end.
Yeah. And listen, man, let me just add this to it, because you said something and then you just kind of, you're like, well, obviously home games ain't really home games this season. This is a different ball game if Raider Nation's in the building.
Fuck yeah.
Bro,
every time.
Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills offense would have struggled to get plays called if Raider Nation was in the building, though.
The Thunderdome, bitch.
Yeah,
I want to
bro.
I actually want to start a petition.
Come on now.
To try to have at least one Raider fan in there.
Right?
Have Malcolm in there.
Malcolm.
Yeah. I like that. Dude. Let's start that petition right now.
Right now.
Mark Davis, I hope you're listening. We need the wild man, Malcolm. If anyone could scream loud enough to propel this team to victory, it's Malcolm. Bro.
He'd definitely be all up in Ellen's ear, though.
Before we dig into this game,
spitting,
because we're gonna go in on this game. We're gonna kind of go quarter by quarter, maybe here. Let's take a quick break.
Yeah,
and we'll set the plugs and we'll do the sponsors and all that. And everyone here get a chance to use the restroom, empty out those chelas. Che's going to come back with a questionable beer that's currently sitting in my fridge.
But I will have another one behind that.
Yeah, a backup.
For sure.
A palate cleanser.
A one that I know is not going to fail me.
A shout out to Doc and shout out to Pete for jumping in the chat just now.
Hell yeah. What's up, Doc?
You guys showed up just in time because we're about to get into it. So let's go to break. Any last words before we go to break, Bobby?
Nothing else. Just shout out Vinny to that hairdo.
I got to do a Chase Stradamus reset here.
Oh, okay.
Because Bobby's been trying to get in, and Che's on fire right now.
Oh,
and every time Che hits the mic,
my bad,
I can just tell he's reading Bobby's thoughts right now.
Well, hey, that's how you know great minds think alike and stuff.
Just passing it. We're vibing over here, bro.
See, we're mentally passing it, bro.
I'm just aggressive.
It's no longer passing it. It's just mentally passing.
I'm just aggressive. Bro.
It's like, here you go, bro.
That's telekinesis, Holmes.
That's telekinesis, Kyle.
Homeboys from outer space. Shut up.
All right, guys. Let's hit this break, and we'll see you on the other side.
Peace.
Thanks for tuning in to the Pillaging Podcast. Make sure you follow us on social media at Pillaging Pod. You can follow us individually on Twitter at Kenny Stapler, at Che_PJ4F, at Kane MT, the number 6, at Bobby Wasabi 4080, and follow the whole clan at CN PodNet, Crow's Nest Podcast Network. You already know, your home for all the greatest Raiders content in Podcastville. If you want to donate to the show, you can do so by watching us live in that little cash icon on the YouTube chat, or head on over to paypal.me/PJ4F right now or later, but right now is better. For all the hottest merchandise in Raider Nation, onenationfanwear.com. Enter the code PJ4F, all caps PJ4F at checkout for free shipping all season long. You already know what it is. We'll be back on the other side with more chelas, more Raiders, Kane, and your phone calls. Stay tuned in, guys. It's time to pillage another podcast. Chew.
Solid. Let me hit
Hold
that.
on. We're not back yet.
No, okay, cool.
And we're back. What's up, y'all?
Oh, you know
what it is.
we're about to venture into unknown waters.
Way into unknown waters, man. Deep into the murky waters. Man.
Unknown alcoholic waters. Oh yeah. I don't even know. Does this beer deserve a Chela background?
We don't know yet.
Well, we'll put it up and I'll turn it off if it does.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair.
All right, y'all. Here we go. Here's the experimental brew that your boy Kenny has been like, let's see what you think about this.
I was like, here's a curveball, and I bought it.
This is a curveball for real. This is High Water Brewing.
Which we've never tried.
Yeah, it's unique flavors for the curious palate.
I will say, let me start before you taste it.
Okay.
The flavor profile, as described on the can, if this was a Goza or a sour beer, might be fire.
It might work.
But I don't
it's
think
not.
it is. So
Okay. So this is a cucumber kolsch, okay, specialty ale. Mm-hmm. It's an ale brewed with cucumber and mint. And maybe that's the problem. Maybe we just have to drink it with a pinky up.
The mint is the question mark for me. The cucumber,
mint is,
I'm
you know,
okay with that.
Mint's a tough thing, man, to incorporate into stuff. It works with some stuff, but it doesn't work with everything.
And a Kolsch, if I'm probably wrong here, but to me a Kolsch is almost like a German lager.
Yeah.
It's a very drinkable German beer. So
And I believe we had last tailgate, we had some cucumber crushes, remember?
those are fire.
Yeah,
those are sour.
So
yeah.
it's nothing. It's not about the cucumber not being.
You want to taste this, Bobby? Are you scared?
Yeah, I'll taste it.
I should probably taste it too after you're
I'm
done.
pushing it on him. This is a 5.4. 5.4. Let me see that can real quick. 5.4 ABV.
Keep
So
the can, dude.
you know it's a.
In San Jose.
It is. It runs like a lager, right? So I put half of that bad boy in here because you know what? If I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. But let's see what it tastes like. Look at Bobby's face.
I'd rather take punishment shot. Punishment hot sauce.
Bro, that is the worst beer I've ever tasted in my life.
Goddamn.
Yeah,
Bro,
I need a palate chaser.
that is the worst beer I've ever tasted in my life.
yeah. See, now I gotta drink the rest of this just to clear my cup out so I can get it to the good beer.
Bro,
But listen, man.
yo,
High Water.
nah, that ain't it, bro.
It didn't work, man. You guys, I think you guys were thinking, you were putting a lot of effort into the thought, and you were like, yo, I got a great idea.
That's a beer.
Okay? You know how people love mojitos? Let's make a mojito beer.
Let's ruin that. let's destroy that.
Listen, it tastes like cucumber and mint and beer.
All I taste is mint, bro.
And that's just not a good combination,
No.
in my opinion, man.
It's like a hoppy, minty mineral water.
This ain't even gonna make the silo cooler, bro. This
No.
no.
Oh man, no. You know what? The bad part about it is that
You
still
poured
have
half
it
of
tastes like. Well, yeah, that I poured half of it. But no, the bad part is that it's not even. It doesn't taste well, and I mean it makes sense because when you brew beers with added flavors, it's usually the peel of the fruit that you're using, right? So it tastes like cucumber peel, and we all know that that's not the most appetizing part of the cucumber.
That tastes like someone left a cucumber in the crisper bin for like 3 weeks, bro, and they just poured the juice.
It tastes a little musty.
They poured the water from the crisper bin out into the brew keg. No, it is
That
musty.
nasty juice.
It's got a very skunky beer flavor on the back end of it. So not even the ale flavor could save this beer. This is terrible. This is absolutely garbage.
Yeah, High Water. I don't appreciate
You know what it
guys.
tastes like? It tastes like a cucumber infused Rolling Rock.
It does.
That's the best way I can explain
think
it.
you nailed it, bro.
Cucumber and mint infused Rolling Rock.
All right, I got through that now, so it's time to get to the good beer. We got Drake's
There you go.
Hopocalypse.
There you go.
All right, listen. For those of you that have been tuning into the show for a while, you know that I frequented the Drake's booth directly behind our seats at the good old Coliseum.
Shout out to the free beer. From
Shout out to the free beer shout out to the crew that worked at the Coliseum that left the taps working. They took the fucking handles off and thought that was gonna stop the guys.
They had zero fucks to give, and they just went for it.
Shout out to Paul Miner for following me back for the 5th time in 3 months. I don't know what's going on, bro. Like, I see you. I'm following you. I don't know.
I mean, if those are 5 different accounts, that's some commitment, Paul. We appreciate that.
Commitment to excellence,
bro.
right there.
But yeah. But if it's not, that's what's going on. But listen, Drake's Hopocalypse. So listen, the one that they sell in this
what?
Hopocalypse, bro. Hopocalypse.
Apocalypse.
Apocalypse. There you go.
Hop a cop.
There you go.
Pop a cop in the lips.
Popalopolis. Listen, Apocalypse.
Pop a cop in the lips.
That Apocalypse is the one that they had in the stadium, and that's a 10%er, bro.
Yeah.
That's a 10%er. Okay, this is it's a little bit lower because it's a hazy, but it's still a double IPA. Okay, it's 8.4 on the ABV. Drakes don't fuck around.
George Papadopoulos.
Hey, George Papadopoulos. George Papa Giorgio, bro.
Mr. Papa Giorgio.
Mr. Papa Giorgio, your cars are waiting. Shout out to Vegas Vacation. Listen, yeah.
Shout out to George Papadopoulos.
George Papadopoulos.
Shout out to Webster.
Is he gonna run for presidency again? Listen, I'm a fan of Drake's, man. They never do me wrong. Even if you get their other beers, because they had like 2 other beers on tap in the stadium too. You can't go wrong with those. If you're looking for craft beers with some fucking punch, they're gonna get you there. They got some bite. Those are the beers you go for. They don't fuck around. They're not gonna cheat you on the alcohol.
That's pretty wild that they got. It's pretty wild that they got some 10%ers in the stadium, bro.
Oh, dude, that's the bargain.
That's man. That's
but you know how many mensos I saw going to the big open stand right next to it, right? So where they sell like the nachos and shit,
Right.
and going and getting like
Budweiser.
paying like like $10 fucking beer of like Bud Light or whatever. Like, you're gonna drink that, you're gonna be thirsty, you're gonna come and buy like 2-3 more of those lightweight beers, and then you're still not gonna be happy.
And you know what else? All those dudes, they got ugly girlfriends, bro. You don't know how many fairs I see in line for the Budweisers, bro.
I have to agree on that. That's a
short,
major fact.
Fat, ugly girlfriends, bro. It's a bad look, dog. And you're buying cheap beer. That's why you got a fair girlfriend, bro.
Damn, Kenny might be onto something, bro.
That dude.
Kenny might be onto something.
You might have to write a paper about that, bro. You know?
That, hey, this is like
research.
Hey, this is the new theory.
That's right.
In science.
We've seen it, dude.
This is the science of the mind. Listen, man. If you guys just hit up the Drakes, I'm telling you, halftime. Hey, right before second quarter would end, your boy would hop up out of his seat.
Yeah.
And be like, I'll be right back.
Yep.
I would go straight to the Drake's line, which was like maybe like 5 people deep.
Because nobody knows about it.
Stand there. And then everybody else was ordering the light shit. And I was like, give me that Apocalypse. I want that one. Okay. I get that. Come back. Nice big, big ass cup. The big clear Raider souvenir cup, right? You come back. Usually, sometimes I come double fisted. I would always buy one for Kenny, even though I knew he wasn't going to drink it.
I was 50.
Because he was driver.
I was driver.
Because he was the driver. And I was like, I'd be like, yo, Kenny, I brought you one. He's like, nah, I'm good. I'm like, I know.
Did you notice though? Anytime we were about 2 scores, I would drink the damn thing.
You would.
When we're down, the beers hit hard.
Yeah,
bro.
no, yeah,
they crush you, bro.
Hell yeah.
So
this is true.
make the switch to Drake's because your Fayeta girlfriend is gonna look a lot better after you're done with that beer. For one,
This is true too, man.
I'm just trying to help you out.
Kenny never lies. Listen, man, Drake's
Kenny's like a
Drake's
life
gets the
coach.
job done.
People don't like the honesty though, Che. People don't like it, bro.
Hey, you know what, man? We're not here to make friends.
I'm just saying.
That's what we got each other for. We got friends already.
Hey.
Friends.
And chelas.
How many of us have them?
And if you're hearing this now and you're taking it personally, I'm just gonna tell you like Michael Jackson did, dude. You're looking at the man in the mirror, and it's time to make a change.
Why I want you to know.
Take off that glove.
I'm standing with the man.
It's time to make a change.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm standing on top of the car with the wind blowing right now.
Oh man.
The
Hey,
Drake's in my hand, like, woo. I'm like this.
it was all Drake's, man. Drake's never let us down. I sure hope they have a Drake station in the new stadium. Although I know Modelo's gonna be all over the place. But I sure hope they have some heavy hitters in there, man. I need to find that station.
Was this really that bad? Do I have to?
It is that bad. It's bad.
It's bad on the nose. Like before it even.
Yeah, you smell it, bro. It's
bruh.
not.
You went for a second one. That's
Yeah,
it.
he's trying to like it, bro.
So-
He's like, I got these in my fridge.
It's because he's trying to give a shout out to San Jose. That's why.
Chase drinking Drakes, and I'm drinking Drake's. You started at the bottom, and now your beer. Should be the name of this. Shout out to Drake's. Fuck you, High Water Brewing. This is
I started at the bottom. Now your beer.
Low water brewing. This is
I don't know if people caught that joke, bro, but that was good.
I'm trying, man.
That was good. That was good. That is chair approved, bro.
Shout out to Sammy Quasar getting like 5 free Drake's beers in 10 minutes.
Yeah. Sammy Quasar.
Man,
Hey,
I'm bummed I wasn't there for that one.
he was out cold too, all the way to the fucking IHOP.
Hey, he woke
Bobby
up. for that.
Wasabi and your boy Sammy Quasar, they rested really well all the way until we got to them waffles. That's all I gotta say. But in the back of the van, I would turn like this. I'm not gonna lie, I passed out a few times too. I know there was some snores and sudden awakening.
Yeah.
By your boy Chet. But listen, I would turn around and Bobby's hand was like this. Sam Quay's hand was like this. Looking like the Exorcist sitting in the back.
Hey, bro.
But as soon as we got to the IHOP, everybody was ready to go.
Chicken and waffles, bro.
Chicken and waffles.
That's what I'm saying there.
I only wish that we actually had our Roscoe's so we could get some legit chicken and waffles.
I think they know better. That's why.
Shout
Send a Roscoe's
out
this
to Butter and Zeus in Santa Clara, which
hey.
had some of the best chicken and waffles in the Bay Area until COVID closed them down.
Damn it.
Oh, man.
Yeah, they're a bakery, but they're the waffles, man, fire! Wow.
Butter and Zeus, huh?
Yeah.
Did they shut down, or they're
believe
just
so.
shut down for this
Yeah,
time?
because I'll break in there, dude, and I'll make my
yeah,
fucking
man.
chicken and waffles.
Yeah.
Right?
Dude,
Fine.
I'm saying, I don't know. Last time I checked Yelp, it said this location is permanently closed.
Damn, that sucks.
Hope, I don't know. Chevy Raiders says Ray Perez just kicked through his stand-up mirror right now.
Fuck that guy.
Can we get him out
She
of the Fan
pendejo,
Hall of
man.
Fame? Is it too late to get Ray out of the Fan Hall of Fame?
Why is he in the Fan Hall of Fame? I don't understand how. I don't understand
He
how
cried
he
his
got
way
in
in
there,
there.
man. Just because he fucking talked the most.
He cried. He cried the
man.
most.
Violator needs to put one of them shoulder pads on him, though. Why was he on this podcast, bro? That's a better question, and that's on me, dog.
Hey, listen, man.
We all do crazy things when we're young, bro.
Hey, we were doing nice things, okay? We were doing nice things. We were trying to be all inclusive.
That was back when you guys.
There's a
didn't
few other
curse.
motherfuckers out there too that we also allowed and included too, and we're like, you know what? You cut off, bitch.
Yeah.
You cut off. Okay.
Shout out to all of
Hard
you.
lessons learned. Let that be a lesson to all of y'all. You just don't let everybody in just because they say they, hey, go Raiders. They just don't let everybody in like that.
No.
Yeah.
Shout out to the 2 minute
Never
drill.
know. Never know.
Some of y'all deserved it more than others. Let's break down this game a little bit. I mean, we've said a lot already, but
Too much sometimes.
yeah. Let's start off first quarter here.
Let's do it.
I thought the Raiders started off that first series, early in that first series, tackling well as a team,
This is true.
getting to the ball early.
Yep.
They didn't run the ball much, Buffalo, today. Neither team, really.
Now, neither team had much success running the ball.
As soon as Josh Allen goes to the air, that secondary was exposed. Capital X.
Oh man.
Posed.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know what, man?
quick,
And
too.
let me
It was
let me
fast
say
and
this. Let me
terrible.
say this because I've been really high, and
I've
I'm
been really high too, but I blame
No.
Bobby.
Not that kind of high, but I know you have. But listen, I've been really high on Amik Robertson coming out of the draft, right? Like,
yeah.
I was like, this kid is gonna be special. I still believe that. Okay, we got to see Amik for the first time this season. He hit the field, and it was kind of abruptly, right? We didn't expect him to be out there. He didn't expect to be out there, honestly. LaMarcus Joyner goes down. All of a sudden, he comes in. He's in there, and they're in man coverage. And I don't know what the young man saw, but something caused him to pause. And that little pause let his man run free all the way to the end zone, right?
Yep.
And I know that's a hard lesson learned, but listen, sometimes that kind of shit propels you into greatness, right? Coming in and just being toasted and made to look a fool early on in your career doesn't mean that that's just going to be the definition of you. It's how you come back from those plays. I still believe that this kid has just amazing talent, and he is going to become one of the top DBs on this team. I just hope he still believes it, right? Because I know that the start of this season has been rough on him. As long as he stays positive and keeps faith in himself, first and foremost, I think this kid's going to play out. I know a lot of people were like, oh, man, come on, dude. Like, I'm sure people were cussing at him through the screen, right? But those are lessons. Okay, those are lessons. This guy's going to grow from those plays like that where he gets beat, where he, thought he saw something in the backfield or whatever. He's learning, and we need him on the field to learn because he is part of the future. I really believe that. I think he's part of the future of this team. LaMarcus Joyner isn't going to be here for very long. I'll tell you that right now. He's not going to be here for very long. Okay, injuries and not playing well for the first 2 years, like he's not going to be here for very long.
Facts.
We need this kid to just grow. And if it takes getting beat, learning the hard way a few times, I'm okay with that because I know it's going to pay dividends in the future. So shout out Amik. I'm not giving up on you. I know people are mad at you. I saw that play and I said, it's okay.
And if anything, Jonathan Abrams.
Yeah. Jonathan.
Abram. He is the best example of that, man. I mean, there's plays last week where people were calling from his head, and it's funny because my lady called me out on this, and she's like, "You're so damn emotional. Like 1 second you're over here getting ready to kick him off the team, and the next one you're ready to name your dog after him." And I was like, "Well, yeah, that's the way we are. We play emotional, and these kids." They can't play emotional. They have to take it. All right, cool. That was that last play. Let's go again. Let's see what else we can do. And that's the main thing is that we can't get caught up in our heads because everyone does it. Damn, I could have caught him right there. I could have done that. And then all of a sudden, a lot more mistakes happen. So it's just all about just shaking that off. And, Jonathan Abram, that's the best teacher right there. That's the best example. And I've seen him out there talking to these kids, walking up to him. After that happened, he's like, dude, it's okay, bro. Don't worry about it, man. It's all good. Like, you see him talking to him, try to coach him through that so that he doesn't get caught up in his head.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's awesome, man. That's a veteran and a team leader in the making right there.
Abram and Crosby are second-year players going on their fifth year in the league. I mean, the poise. The chat right now shouting out Arnett, talking about his short-term memory. He doesn't let the last play get to him, and they're calling for Amik Robertson to take a page out of his book.
Yep.
Exactly.
We said it week 1 and week 2. Arnett looking exposed, but never slowing down, never stopping.
Never stop stopping.
Yeah, never stop stopping. That doesn't even make sense. But you know what I'm saying. So, yeah, Robertson exposed early on. It was quiet after that. But, Robertson trial by fire. And we hyped him up coming out of the draft. Like Chase said, we're not going to stop. We're going to stick by our dude. He's young. And Raiders drafted him for a reason. He's got some pedigree there. Let's get after it, man. Next week, we're going to have you in there for a bit now. Marcus Joyner is going to need that help. And Lawson and the whole secondary thin right now. So get ready for your name to be called early and often, Robertson, in games. Even if it's not an injury, even if it's just to spell somebody, you got to be ready to go. The Raiders eventually get down into the red zone in this first quarter and come up with 3 points. I know you guys were salty about that.
Right? Hell yeah, bro. Come on. Now we had that touchdown to Aguilar. They got brought back. Foster Moreau, we've been high on you, dog. Okay, but we can't have mental mistakes like that. We can't have a tight end that's lined up incorrectly and covering up a wide receiver. Whatever happened, it was an illegal offense, right? It was a legal offensive formation, and that touchdown gets wiped off. We end up with 3 points. Okay, so we can't have those kind of mistakes.
And especially that how he bombed it all the way down there.
Yeah, dog. That was beautiful. Dog. Hey, listen, again, your boy Kenny said it at the beginning. We're gonna give props to Carr where props is due. Carr played a good game today.
Yeah,
there was a couple passes that you're like, oh man, that could have been better. You know, the pass to Waller that was a little high, a little too high for him. But listen. You can look at the stats, but look at the actual game. And I got to say, he played a good game. There was a couple times maybe he could have gotten rid of the ball. Maybe he held on to the ball a little too long. Our offensive line's banged up, and they're gonna give up some sacks sometimes, you know? So we can't hold that against him too much either, right? Because everybody has a job in that play.
And before we move on from there, I will say this. In the first 4 weeks, when we've seen Derek Carr holding onto the ball, save for that first half, except for that first half in the Saints game where he looked like a deer in headlights, ever since then it's changed. But when we see the Carr holding the ball and we get that fly cam footage after the play, these receivers are locked up and covered. We're not seeing Derek Carr staring down the field and missing wide open guys in the flat, et cetera, et cetera. Derek Carr's hitting guys open and throwing guys open when he should. So we're seeing that Derek Carr come back. We're seeing that fire, that look of determination, that focus on the sideline. Evil Derek Carr is back.
The dark side Derek Carr is back. No, listen, I think Derek Carr played a good game today. Okay? I think he played a good game today, and I'm not going to put this loss on him. This is a team loss. There was drop passes. There was penalties on both sides of the ball. There was bad coverage in terms of our defense. So it all played into this loss. This is not a one person loss. This is not just point the finger at somebody. Mm-hmm. And Derek Carr was the least of our concerns today. Let's just say that, right? He was the least of our concerns today. Derek Carr played a good game. He did not turn the ball over. He fumbled, He lost that fumble, but that's not on him. Like, listen, the offensive line has to protect, man. And he didn't have much time on that play. There's been sacks that he caused by holding on to the ball too long. There's been fumbles that he's caused by holding on to the ball too long. Yeah. That wasn't one of them.
No. And the fumble last week was bullshit, by the way.
There you go.
Because we weren't on air to talk about that. The other thing I will say before I move on from this drive, Carlson, the silver lining there.
Carl!
You in the house, Coral. He got back in the house today. So silver lining there is he gets a 54-yard attempt, and it's good. To break that slump last week, because I had it in my notes last week. We didn't get on, but I had it in my notes. I was about to tell you.
You were going to go in. You were going to go in. You were going in.
Pump the brakes on Daniel Carlson. Y'all were feeling yourselves way too much in weeks 1 and 2. I told you in week 2 that ain't it yet.
I had already busted out the purple pants.
You know?
They were ready to go. I was like, I'm ready to go
Purple rain.
Bobby sent me a snap of him ironing the purple pants. He was ironing them out. He was like, we're getting ready.
I'm waiting on that call.
He's putting fucking creases and cuffs on them bitches.
He had the wife beater on. He had the cigarette over his ear, and he was ironing his purple pants, bro.
Fucking
like in high school.
Straight up, dog.
On the next drive, it was all Beasley. Man, Beasley and Singletary just roughed us up on that next one. Abram goes down. We weren't sure what they were talking about. Maybe concussion. It was head, this and that. Comes back in the game. 2 plays later, Buffalo gets back down in the red zone again. Beasley comes up with it, which is an incredible catch. 14-3 already. I'm throwing shit at my television, my cell phone out the window, everything. I'm going through fits.
I actually took my lap already at that point. I have this routine where I start. I'm not lying with y'all, dude. Y'all can talk to my homies, dude. I have a routine where once it starts going bad, like about the third quarter, I leave and I take a little quick lap around the block. And I come back and I sit down and I was like, all right, I'm cool. Because it's like, that phone is going to like just totally just get smashed down.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like.
We're going to make a new segment. It's called Centering with Bobby.
So
you just take a little walk. That's all. Brief walk. Bobby's just going to get up in the middle of the show. I'll be back. Just take a quick walk around the block. He's centered. Comes back.
Come back with that lazy eye.
I will say here in the second quarter is when you start to see things take a turn for the worse. And the run game, got it in my notes right here. I got every single play in my notes. Shout out to me. Toss left to Jacobs for a first down. Great. Jacobs to the middle for 7. Great. And then it's Jacobs for 1 yard. And then it's Jacobs for 2 yards. And then it's Jacobs for 1 yard. Then it's Jacobs for no gain. This ain't Jacobs' fault, folks. We've seen Jacobs do it. We saw Jacobs in week 3, right? Week 3, like 46 yards after contact.
Yep.
But that's also past the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
Jacobs could not get past the line of scrimmage.
And the reason why is because, as Kenny said, we had a couple cats that aren't supposed to be in that position.
Yeah.
That's awesome that we got backups and they're supposed to do the job and they could do it. Good was doing very well at that job, but Sam Young was definitely struggling today, man.
Yeah.
Like he forgot what he was doing, man. And he needed to take a page from Good. He needed to see some of those games from the last couple of weeks and be like, dude, like that's how I'm supposed to be playing my position right now.
Right. No, look, man. It's one thing to have one backup in. It's one thing to have 2 backups in, right? When you have a majority of your starting line in the game still, you're going to have positives. Let's just, and even Gruden has alluded to this, okay? Because Gruden, I think even 2 weeks ago, when he was talking about the performance of Good, and he was talking about the performance of Simpson on the line, he was like, thank God for our veterans.
Yeah.
Right? Thank God for Gabe Jackson and Rodney Hudson and, Colton Miller. Because those guys are mainstays on the line, right? They're the ones that are handling things. But when you have multiple guys, when all of a sudden you have shifting pieces and you have guys that are not necessarily accustomed to being on the field all at the same time, right? Even though you've been on the field, you've still been on the field with the starters, right? Now all of a sudden you have other guys like you on the field, and mistakes get made. Okay, calls get missed. Okay, we have the best center. I've said this over and over again. He does not get the respect. Rodney Hudson is Rodney Dangerfield, bro. He gets no respect, bro. Not in this league. No. People don't give him the respect that he deserves. This is the best fucking center in the league.
Rodney Hudson
Dangerfield is the best fucking center in the league.
Yeah.
Hands down, man. He's proven it over and over again. He gets no respect. But today, some of these young cats, they had some trouble either being on the same page with Rodney or just doing their job.
Yep.
And that's going to happen when you have backups in the game.
Yeah.
Okay? Obviously, we want these guys to perform. We want them to succeed. We want them to grow and eventually take over these positions, because there's going to come a time where the starters either retire or they got to move on because their pay is just too high. And that's just the way that the world works, right? But we had a bad one today, man. We had a bad one today.
Well, let's look at the positive going into the coming down to the wire here in the first half. I got Aguilar all up in my notes, right? We're facing a 3rd and 8, right about the time the announcer says, the Raiders have scored, 24 points in the last 2 minutes. And here we are, been doing his best work this season. Finds Aguilar first down. 2 warning hits, bam. Shout out Jason Witten, old man Witten.
Yeah, me and my brother, we had a little chuckle there. Got it down by Micah Hyde. 45 seconds left. It's 2nd and 10. Carr completes to Richard while being tackled. Carr going down to the ground with a nice little dunker to Richard there to get the ball out. 37 seconds left. Gruden calls final timeout. 3rd and 5.
Carr goes through all of his reads, comes back, finds Waller over the middle of the field. It's 1st and goal. Spiked the ball at the 3. Thought that was kind of weird. Thought maybe you run one more play right there. 1st and goal, spiked at the 3. 19 seconds left.
Yeah, run it, right? I felt like we had enough time to just go ahead, fucking 2 minute right? Yep. Just that should have been ready to go. I was kind of upset about that too.
And then with 19 seconds left, Buffalo forced to take another timeout. Come back on the field. Carr finds Witten on the run, throwing across his body. Touchdown Raiders. It's now 17-13 going into halftime. Everybody's going to the fridge with a little smirk on their face, feeling we might have them right where we want them.
At that point, it's basically like, you know what? It's not as bad as I thought it would be.
Yeah. I was getting in my second Modelo, and I was like, this is okay.
Yeah.
I started up the queue, and I fucking cooked up some chicken quarters.
Shut out.
That's how you know the game is going okay.
It was okay. I was all right with the score, bro. Yeah, 17-16. I could no, wait. It was a little bit less than that, right?
17-16.
17-16 at the half?
Yeah.
Was it at the half? Okay.
Yep. Yeah, when the chicken quarters come out, that means it's okay.
17-13.
There you go. 17-13 at the half, but we were getting the ball back, right?
Yep.
So I felt all right. I felt good. I was like, you know what? It could be worse. Mm-hmm. And Josh Allen had just gone out of the game with a hurt shoulder.
Yep.
So I was like, look, this might be our chance to take advantage.
Yeah.
And it played out how it played out, man.
It did. I mean, come back, start the second half. Jacobs stuffed up the middle for a 3-yard loss. 2nd and 13. Carr with a nice little channeling his inner Gannon with another sidearm over the middle to Jacobs to set up a 3rd and 2. Enter Theo Riddick.
Yeah. A Theo Riddick sighting.
Shot out of a cannon.
Yeah.
That was crazy, man.
Dude.
Hey, you know what though? Theo Riddick in Detroit, he was a pass catching running back. He had small plays here and there. They just never really featured him, right? And then you got him over here. I heard his name voiced over here, and I was like, oh, okay. They're looking for another little piece to the puzzle, right?
Yeah.
We got Rashard, we have Jacobs, we have Booker, and let's get Riddick. But then he got pushed to the practice squad. But now you have him in play, and that was a nice little play, man. That was a nice little play by Riddick. Hey, shout out.
He was pumped up after that.
Hell yeah, he was pumped up. He was like, fuck, I just came off the practice squad, son.
I was like, did we just win?
I'm performing right now.
Did we just win? Is it over? He looks pumped up. If he's pumped up, I'm pumped up. I'm pumped up.
You pumped up? I'm pumped up. I'm pumped up.
Pumpodopolis.
The pump.
Pumpodopolis.
Pump me up.
Pump me.
And then another bonehead penalty.
Yeah.
Quick pass to Aguilar for a nice little gain. Ineligible player downfield. Colton Miller flagged again. I think that was 2 flags on the day for Miller. Is that correct?
Hey, I'm liking Aguilar more and more, man.
Same.
Dude, I was straight out calling him Nelson Aguilar. At one point, I was like, yo, this is Antonio.
It's Pepe's younger brother.
This Antonio Aguilar's like illegitimate child right here, dog.
Nelson. His actual name's Nelson. It's not Nelson, bro. It's Nelson.
Nelson Aguilar, but he had a change.
Nelson Aguilar. And that motherfucker sings a hell of a ranchero, bro.
It's Nelson. It's the accent on the O. You guys missed that. It's Nelson.
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 That sounds wild.
Ven pa' acá,
and then a few plays later, Carr, spotlight on him again, steps up, scrambles for 10 yards, picks up the first, almost first down. Yeah, no, picks up the first down on a first down. And then Jacobs finds a really tough fought 3 yards there. Again, Jacobs' contribution is getting smaller and smaller in this game.
Yeah, man.
Partly because of the score, partly because of this offensive line and the Bills' defense loading up the box. A lot of noise being made about Josh Allen, but just like, dare I say it.
Say it.
Dare I say it.
Do it.
Say it.
Just like the Kansas City Chiefs, this Bills defense is overshadowed. Less so than the Chiefs. But this Bills defense doing work.
Yeah.
They have their spurts.
Yeah.
But they mess up a lot too.
Yeah.
Well, but hold on real quick. Let me just say this because that's not necessarily accurate. The Bills defense has been ranked first and second the last 2 seasons. like first and second in the top 2 defenses the last 2 seasons.
Yeah.
This season they came in and things are a little fucking weird, right? They had been a defensive team, a team that kept themselves in the game because of their game on the defensive side of the ball, right? Now all of a sudden they have a fucking offense that's putting up points, okay? Josh Allen is actually fucking throwing touchdowns. Last 2 seasons, he was running for most of them, okay? Last 2 seasons, he couldn't find a fucking receiver. Most of the points that were coming from Josh Allen were coming from him scrambling, running, rushing for 100 yards a game. And, you know, he was finishing off not last season, but the season before, he finished off with like 3 or 4 straight 100-yard rushing games. Which is weird, right?
Yeah,
weird, right? But now the motherfucker is throwing the ball, and he's throwing it well.
Very well. Yeah.
We can compliment the dude because he's playing his fucking ass off.
I think they've added like 10 points to their average per game.
Bro, they've gone from I think they showed this they showed it on the actual screen.
It was like
they
19,
went from like 19
20
to like 20 to 30 points a game.
Wow.
Yeah.
And the passing yards went from like 120 to like 190, and now 400 like total yardage, right? Like 400 total yards.
Yeah.
400 plus total yards on offense, and that's because Josh Allen has gained experience as a quarterback.
Yep.
That's because they've given him new weapons in terms of his receiving core and Stephon Diggs. And because they're just gelling, bro. They're just gelling right now. And the offensive line is doing their fucking job. They ain't giving up sacks.
See, and it was this addition of Stephon Diggs that I honestly thought it was going to be that much worse. That's why I said we were going to lose it a long time ago.
Yeah.
Because of that. Josh Allen was just needing some sort of weapons, and all of a sudden it's like, cool, Diggs steps in there, and I was like, dude, that's going to be a problem, and especially for us.
And that, and that was the thing with Josh Allen. I think even coming out of school, people knew he had a good arm, right? It was like accuracy and consistency. And the first 2 seasons showed a lack of those areas, right? It was like accuracy and consistency. But when you have an actual number 1 receiver, and then you have all the other guys that have already been on the team, with John Brown and all these other dudes, right, that you've already had chemistry with, a Devin Singletary who catches the ball out of the backfield, like now you're ready to go, and you're seeing the benefits of having a completed offense. And they're playing well, man. I mean, you tip your cap, man. You tip your cap to them.
You know, and y'all laughed at me when I said Josh Allen was one to watch out for 3 years ago, and here we are. But you're right. I mean, the Buffalo Bills went from being really good at mucking things up and making things ugly and closer than you need to be to clicking on all cylinders and looking like a real bona fide contender, which is why I say, again, the Raiders did not completely shit the bed today. I woke up this morning, turned on the TV this afternoon, expecting this to be like a 25-point blowout, just coming off of last week's performance and knowing who the Bills are and accumulating more injuries going into this game. We held our own. This is a good Raiders team. This is a team filled with fight, whether or not they can keep it alive all the way through 16 games, because we showed fight early on last year as well.
Yeah.
All that remains to be seen. But right now, I am still optimistic, still very optimistic.
Yeah. We need to get some of these injuries cleaned up, though. Some of these injured players need to come back. We desperately need them on the field, man.
And then this first possession in the third quarter had one of my favorite plays in it. It easily overlooked, but to see Derek Carr audibles out of, I think it was like maybe like an I formation. He was under center, audibles out of that, into the shotgun, and finds Alec Ingold wide open for 16 yards.
Right.
I thought that was just a nice little pearl of a whole play right there. You know, Derek Carr, again, orchestrating all of that. So.
If I gave you diamonds and pearls.
Well, you know what? I said it before, man. It's Alec Ingold. He honestly is the key to a lot of this stuff. Because why? Because the fullback position is an overlooked position. Everyone assumes that's just a blocking dude. Mm-hmm. He's the guy who's going to go ahead and get in the way of this, wrecking ball and just take a big hit and just stand there and take it.
Yeah.
And everyone forgets that he can actually catch the ball.
But you know what, though? You know what, though, Bobby? That's what opposing like fans that don't really pay attention to fucking football are going to think. Not Raider fans. Because we know that our coach loves a fucking fullback.
Loves him.
That can fucking catch the ball. Okay?
Facts.
And that can fucking run the ball. That can do everything. Block, pass, catch, run. That's what John Gruden loves in his fullbacks. That's why he went out and got Alec Kingo for the in the first place, because he could see it. He is like, this kid has it all. This kid can do it all. Athleticism, blocking, running the ball, catching the ball. This kid's gonna do everything that fucking John Ritchie and fucking Zach Crockett would do for me when I was coaching the Raiders in fucking the 2000s, man, early 2000s. So if you didn't know, now you know.
Yep.
Now you know.
Now you know. Fourth quarter, this is where the nail in the coffin kind of shows up, right? Raiders still got a little bit of momentum, despite the fact, it's 23-16. I think on the previous, was it the previous possession? It was the previous Las Vegas possession. Raiders come out. Before that, Raiders forced Buffalo into like a 1st and 20, 2nd and 20 off the penalty. 3rd and 20, John Brown just drops the pass straight up over the middle, which was like, I let out a sigh, because anytime John Brown gets the ball in his hands, I'm nervous. People clown him, but that dude's speed is just dumb, dude.
Yeah, that dude's dangerous, man.
He's been there for a minute, man, and he's actually backed up Allen.
Yeah,
on those plays, especially when he needs it.
Yeah,
he's been there, man.
I don't know if anybody caught it, but the Raiders nearly blocked that punt right there, right? Nearly blocked that punt.
Yeah,
I've seen it happen a couple times this year.
They were able to punch through.
That special teams unit is getting through. It hasn't landed yet, but is getting through. And then we have I think it's like a 3 and out. So we go first down, 4 yard Jacobs, 2nd and 6. Yeah, we pick up the first down and then quickly get to 3rd and 9, and Carr gets sacked, right? First sack of the game, I think, at that point. Momentum shifts a little bit. Buffalo's got the short field off the 57-yard punt return. Then they go up 23-16. Missed the extra point, which I'm like, okay, here's a sign. Yeah. There's a glimmer of hope. Football gods are like, come on, Raiders, come take the candy. This game is yours. It happened in your house. So I'm like, great. Rashard gets a nice return, brings it up to the 37, and then they go right back to Josh Jacobs getting no gain, 1 yard, something like that. I was happy with the challenge, with the Waller catch, because I thought he caught it with his legs. I thought I had seen that, and then it looked like that play was going to go forward, and then the challenge flag comes out. We actually win a challenge, which was shocking to me if you look at...
Same here.
Right? Gruden's challenge record has got to be one of the worst.
Yeah, it's one of the worst, bro.
I honestly, bro, I was like, that's awesome. I would have thrown the challenge flag as well, in principle. But in reality, we all know that we're going to get that shit called, like, against us.
Always.
And so that's why I was like...
It's almost expected at this point, right? Any challenge we make is going to be
the fact that we got that called in our favor. I was surprised because I was outside getting a beer, and I was like, "Wait, what?" And I had to like run back in. I was like, "What? Where are we again?" I was like, "We won that? What the hell?" I was like, "Hell yeah!"
Is this real life?
Yeah, right.
Am I dreaming?
Or is this just fantasy? And then shortly after that, we have the end around Aguilar. Interesting call, right? It speaks volumes to what they think about Aguilar, though. You don't just call the end around. It's a risky play. They call it to Aguilar, and it goes, right? And gets called back. Again, Colton Miller with the flag. Illegal block in the back, which was, again, really ticky-tack. The other one that was ticky-tack in this game was the Hankins hit on Josh Allen.
Yeah, that was bullshit, bro. Come on now. That's a bang-bang play, okay? First of all, Hankins is rushing the quarterback. He's within a foot of the quarterback, and he gets himself in position to hit him, right? He lowers his head, puts it to the side, and goes to wrap up. At the same time, Josh Allen starts to throw the ball, and it's a bang-bang play. Release, hit, and drag down to the ground, and you're going to fucking flag a guy for making a football play. That's bullshit.
Super whack.
That's fucking bullshit.
And at no point did he touch his helmet.
There was no penalty.
Did he do
There was no penalty.
Excessive?
It was just It was just a fucking football play.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's all it was.
That's how you're supposed to play the game. If you're penalizing fucking players for playing the game of football, fuck out of here, dude.
Bro, he took him down soft. That's Jonathan Hankins. That's the dude that could hurt you.
He didn't
bro.
land on him. He didn't put his weight on him. Nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah,
Textbook.
And that's the biggest thing now. Exactly. You can't land with your weight on them. That's some bullshit, dude. I mean, how the hell else are you supposed to land on anybody if your weight is already moving towards that way? How the hell can you project your weight towards somewhere else? It's
Some
some
fucking
bullshit.
sissy shit.
Fuck
outta here.
That sets up the, I think it was the 1st and 20. And I'm not even nervous, which speaks to the confidence I have in this offense right now. And for good reason, right? Josh Jacobs gets a short pass, scrambles up for a 9-yard gain. And then Jacobs and Milano kind of dinged up on the play, both of them to return. 2nd and 11, though, I think we got some momentum. We're going to get some traction right here. Waller fumbles. Bills on the 40. Allen goes deep to Diggs. A contested catch. Harris was there with the makeup speed. Surprisingly, Harris catches up, gets an arm in there. It's not enough. Diggs with the acrobatic catch. Incredible. That's what you pay Stephon Diggs for, right? This is a guy that I said was going to get overpaid in the offseason. He was going to be the guy that some team wastes money on. Kane was real big on Diggs in free agency. I said, no, he's commanding too much. All we need is another diva wide receiver to show up and not do a damn thing. Kane was like, you need a diva wide receiver. Kane was not wrong, right? Because he's doing work right now for Buffalo. And that's a team, I don't even know how to put this. Buffalo Bills are just not an attractive franchise. Never have been.
It's in cold-ass Buffalo, bro.
Fucking Buffalo, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, it's cold and snowy, and there's no fucking like lights and glamour there, bro. It's not like you're in New York City, bro. You're in Buffalo, New York.
The only thing that Buffalo is known for is Rick James and O.J. Simpson.
and Buffalo wings.
And Buffalo wings.
And nobody likes OJ anymore. Rick James has passed away, and I could get a good wing in almost any city in America at this point. So
true.
I can make
but honestly, shout out Rick James, man.
Shout out,
Rick
bro.
James is.
How dare you die before I go to see you, Rick James?
I know.
I'm still mad at you. Why'd you die a month before I went to go see you? You couldn't have died after.
Come on.
And then
I was supposed to go see him.
Damn, man.
Raiders give up the
That's rough, though.
Raiders give up the nappy dugout, and they go up 30-16. This is the play I didn't like. 4th and 1, shotgun handoff to Jacobs. Man, the I formation in Jacobs in short yardage situations has just been working so well. As predictable and as old school and outdated as it is, it fucking works, bro. Every fucking time, bro.
Yep.
If it ain't broke, why fix it?
Why fix it, man?
Yeah.
That's it.
4th and 1, you're going to go to the shotgun right there. Getting way too cute. Getting way too cute right there. Probably, for me, the biggest head scratcher. The only bad play call of the game. And I think they tried to go to Ingold, right, on the goal line at one point.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
And it was like back-to-back to Ingold, right?
Yep.
So those 2 calls right there stand out to me as bad calls. Other than that, I haven't really had a problem with the play calling so much. And then ball goes right back to Buffalo. And this is when Crosby hunts down Allen. Boom, on 3rd and 18 to force the 4th and 32. That was probably the worst play Josh Allen had all year. And Max Crosby was on the positive end of it. So
There you go.
That's why you don't give up. You keep running. You get that blocker out of your way and get the hell out there, man. It's just about that energy, man. And especially what you guys said about wearing that C in his chest. That right there, that energy right there is C. That's captain energy right there. That's the reason why. That's the type of cat that you strive to be right there, man. The cat that just don't give up, that learns from his mistakes. Because remember, I'm not sure if y'all remember Raider Nation, but when he first started out, the first 2, 3, 4 games, he was getting flags left and right. And after that, he learned and he tightened up his shit. And so that's the man right there, dude.
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
Ball ends up going right back to Buffalo. And we stop him again. Just said that. We get the ball again. Don't do shit with it. Car strip. Buffalo recovers. And that's pretty much the game right there. And Jay already alluded to it. Opportunities were there throughout the game. The opportunities were there in multitude in the 4th quarter. Just continue to shoot ourselves in the foot. Somebody in the chat says the Raiders didn't lose to the Bills today. The Raiders lost to themselves 100%. We beat ourselves, man. We're in contention with a decimated team against what looks like a playoff playoff caliber team, Super Bowl contender possibly. And we're right there in the mix. So, shout out. The rest is history. You guys know about the last possession. We get down there, 30-23, just run out of time. And I thought the Raiders, again, played 4 quarters of football for the 3rd time this season. It didn't happen last week. But
and you know what's crazy is that you'll hear people talking about garbage time points and this and that. This was no garbage time points. They actually were trying.
Yeah.
They were making that happen. And it's not like they were like 28, 29 points, 40 points behind or something,
right,
where it literally was garbage time, whatever. Nah, they were still scratching and trying to get that damn fucking, W out there, man. And unfortunately, it didn't happen, but it doesn't mean that we can't validate that effort that they gave, man.
Right. So we kind of gave you our takeaways in the middle of all of that and at the front of the show. Hit up Kane. Haven't heard back from him. So for right now, we're gonna stall a little bit. We'll talk about our season predictions.
I was wearing that shirt last week, dude. I still have that shirt,
dude. I need that shirt. Dan, hit me off with the free "You're Stalling" shirt, bro.
I told you I wore that for a marathon, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I got a giveaway that's been sitting there from DC40, and I'm blowing it, Dan. Completely forgot. So we'll have a giveaway on next week's show, possibly 2. Let's see what happens. All 4 of us have the team at 3-1 right now in our predictions. Team is at 2-2. What are your feelings about that, Bobby? At 2-2 right now, going into Kansas City, you feel good about it? You feel bad about it? Are you lukewarm about it? Where are you at?
I feel okay about it. It definitely could have been a lot worse considering the amount of injuries, the lack of actual, practice time that we've had with each other.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff that could have been negative. I don't see nothing wrong with it. We're going into Kansas City, honestly, with a clean slate. That's the way I see it. It's basically the first game. We're 0-0, and we're going to go meet up KC at their house in conditions that aren't, fucked up and completely unfavorable to our side, and especially to DC. DC don't do well in cold, and what they do, they give us that cold game, on our home field, so we don't have to worry about going to their home field and it's snowing out or whatever. So I feel really comfortable. I feel well with what we have, with the backups that we have. There's definitely a lot of room for improvement, but it could have been completely bad. We could have completely shit the bed, and been like, you know what, dump everybody, dump Mayock, and like we literally could have been at that point where we could have been freaking out that bad, because you know how Raider Nation is, man. We literally have to talk each other off that ledge, man.
Yeah.
Which is what's awesome about this podcast, is that we often talk people off the ledge.
We do.
It's like, dude, relax, man. This game was bad, but look at it like this. And it's true, because I think it was Pete who said that he often checks the games 2-3 times. I do the exact same thing. 2-3 days later, I check the game. I watch it, 2-3 times. I watch it from the coach's perspective. I watch the film perspective. I watch all of that. So it's like, you know what? We did mess up right here, but we are improving. It's not like we barely got away by 7 points. We lost or whatever. It's it's not like that. So I'm okay. Yeah. I'm not freaking out just yet.
Yeah. Yeah, I have us at 8-8 on the season, and I'm looking down at the schedule, and I'm seeing some games that I think we made these predictions before we kind of really knew what this team looked like, to be fair. But I'm seeing some games later on in the schedule that we pick up. I think we could pick up the game against the Falcons. I have as an L. That was kind of one of those outlier games that I just said, you know what, we're gonna drop one we should win. And that was one. I think we win that game. I think we win the games we're supposed to win this year. So I also have us picking up a game against the Jets. Those are back-to-back losses I have. I have us going 3 losses in a row there. Chiefs, Falcons, Jets. I think we pick up 2 of those 3. And I'm feeling optimistic about next week.
Yeah.
I think we go into KC, don't get blown out. I'm not predicting a win, but I'm still predicting 4 quarters of competitive football from this team. We've been outcoached once this year. We weren't outcoached today. We weren't outplayed today. We lost to ourselves. And as terrible as it feels, I wasn't sour, man. I got up from the TV. I said, you know what? Raiders played a good game today. Come up a couple plays short. Let's move on. Just like Bobby said, 2-2. Season starts over. Divisional rival, we're going into their house. And this is the game that we've had circled on our calendar. None of these first 4 games that we had circled, right? The Saints was a bonus win, in my opinion. So going into the Chiefs, this is it. This is a litmus test. What do you expect to see out of this team, Che, going into next week?
I mean, fight, man. Listen, this is the Chiefs. Okay, this is one of our division rivals. This is a team that we fucking hate. We hate.
Facts.
Those are facts. They hate us. We hate them.
No love lost.
And they love to rub it in our fucking faces when they win. Okay? So I expect this Raider team to come out with bad intentions, man. Listen, get after this motherfucker. Look, Mahomes hasn't been hit a whole lot this season. He's doing his thing, not at the rate that he was doing in the past season.
Yeah.
Okay, he's not putting up those kind of points this season yet.
Right.
So let's get after him, man. We've seen him for a couple seasons now. We should have learned something about him. We should know something about his tendencies. We should be able to take advantage of that knowledge, man. We should be getting after this guy, causing him some stress. Don't go out there and let this motherfucker have a good ass time and just have fun and fucking, parade himself and fucking cheer himself on and all that kind of shit. Like, put some fucking hurt on these guys.
Yeah.
Like, I want this team to be physical. Okay, this is a finesse team that's coming that we're gonna be facing. The Chiefs are a finesse team. Okay, they are not the physical fucking like rough you up team. They're a finesse team, okay? They want to fucking outrun you. They want to get away from you.
Just
they
like
want
the Saints.
Yeah, they want things to look pretty. When you muck it up and you make it feel dirty and you make them have to fucking work and you make them have to put in some real grimy fucking effort.
Yeah.
That's when it fucking becomes difficult. That's when they're like, what the fuck? You're supposed to let us go do our thing and you're not letting us. And that's when things can get interesting. So, Raiders, I had this as a loss too, but I believe we can be in this game, and I believe that we can get to the point where we can fucking put some pressure on these bastards, make them uncomfortable, make them get out of what they like to fucking do, and maybe come out with a surprise, bro. Like, honestly, I really want that to happen, especially in KC, because I know your boy Gents over there, fucking just dying, bro. He's like, please win this game. Like, please win this game because I can't wait to parade in my fucking with my Raider magnets on my fucking van all around KC.
Look, too, I mean, I think we finally have a Raiders team that could at least keep up with the Chiefs on the scoreboard. We've gotten to or flirted with 30 points almost every week this year so far. So, we have the leaky secondary, and they're going to be nervous going into this game. They should be nervous already. But it was the same situation going into this game today. Josh Allen's been lighting up the scoreboard, and we still kept it within 1 score. So that's not going to be an excuse for me next week, is a lack of talent in the secondary, because we still found a way to make it close this week. The offense has some gas in the tank.
Yeah.
It's time to blow it out and hit that nitrous button, man. Give it all you got. Jake Calley, shout out. Hit us off earlier in the podcast, so I'm going to get back to it. Thanks for the $4.99 donation. $4.99 plus tax. He says, who do we want covering Watkins, Hill, and Kelsey next week? You know who I want? Charles Woodson, Jack Tatum, and Lester Hayes. That's what I want. It's not what we have. So let's all take one here. Che, why don't you start us off? Who do you want covering Tyreek Hill next week?
I mean, I want Mullen. I want Mullen covering Tyreek Hill.
It's been quiet over there, huh?
Yeah. I mean, he had a play that he gave up, a crossing route today. But for the most part, I feel like Mullen has played a good game. He's played some good games, and he's played decent defense. There hasn't been too many things that you could be too critical on him. Yeah, he's going to give up some catches, man. Like, listen, this is the NFL. Everyone's a professional. Motherfuckers run 4.4s, 4.2s, they're fast motherfuckers. They're going to catch the ball at some point. But if he's keeping the ball in front of him, he's keeping the plays in front of him, and for the most part shutting down his guy that he's guarding, then I'm all right with that. And so I want to see Mullen take that leap and show everybody I am the number one cornerback on this team. All right, so I want to see that, man. I want to see that. Shut that motherfucker. Hit that motherfucker in his mouth, man. I can't stand him, dude. Yeah. I can't stand that dude, man. I want to punch him in the mouth myself, bro.
By the way, gents, ears perked up when you mentioned him. He says, "You goddamn right."
He was holding a beer too when he said that.
Bobby Wasabi, who do you want on Sammy Watkins next week, man?
Ooh, the same guy that was spying Allen today, man. I'm not sure if you noticed that, dude, but it's your main man, Jonathan Abram, dude.
Jonathan.
The reason why is because I see a lot of strides happening, positive strides happening with him and with Crosby, and the reason why I had said we were gonna get a win a long time ago, and today they proved it. It was Abram and it was the Mad Condor, and it's just that tag team right there, man, because they were definitely on it. It's the pressure that they bring plus that eye that's right there. And even last game, Che called Abram he was going to be the spy of the game, and sure enough, he came through. Last game he came through. This game, and both him and Crosby are just going to be salivating at getting to that Kermit motherfucker and just knocking the ketchup out of him.
I really want us to have a good game. And fuck that guy. I want to see that dude's jersey dirty, bro, and bloody. Okay, dirty and bloody.
And like I said, man, this game proved it, bro. This game proved that these guys are definitely stepping it up a notch on the field, in the leadership department, just everywhere. You see them being vocal. You see them moving people around. And that's what we want, man. That's what we need. We need people out there seeing these things and knowing what's going to happen and shifting around and being able to actually be prepared for what's coming onto you, man.
Yeah.
And these kids, it's crazy calling them kids, man, because they're full-grown men. But these kids definitely got that in them, bro. And that's who I want to see, man.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. When it comes to Travis Kelce, because that's what's last on Callie's hit list, I'm calling out the entire linebacking core of this Raiders team.
There you
go. Nick Kwiatkowski, we were promised a lot. Where you at, bro? I know you've been injured. Weren't you back today?
Yeah.
Because you was
MIA.
Ghost. You was Swayze, bro.
MIA.
Corey Littleton
hurt.
Corey Littleton, do something, bro.
We heard so much jive about him coming from freaking LA or whatever.
Oh man, Corey Littleton, you ain't no jive turkey. Come on now.
Are we even putting linebackers on the field, bro?
Call them the J word.
What did you say?
We even got linebackers out there, bro, because we don't hear nothing positive. We don't hear nothing negative. We hear nothing, bro. Kwiatkowski with 3 tackles today. Okay, Littleton, you had 7 tackles. I see you, bro. If Bruce Irvin could chip Kelce, Bruce Irvin if he did anything, he hit Travis Kelce.
Yeah.
Yep.
I need to see something from this linebacking crew next week. Something.
Physical, man. We got to be physical. We got to be at the point of attack. We can't let these motherfuckers have big mouths, bro. Doesn't that make you want to punch them? Doesn't that make you want to hit them in their fucking mouth?
Bro.
Like they have the biggest fucking mouths in the AFC West, maybe the entire NFL. Hit those motherfuckers in their mouth, man.
And we see them twice a year.
I don't want to see them smiling. I don't want to see them fucking celebrating. I want them to be like, man, even if we lose this game, I want them to be like, the Raiders are coming for us.
Yeah.
The Raiders are coming for us. We got to start respecting these motherfuckers. I want them going back into the locker room.
Fat lips.
Fucking limping.
Fat lips, bro.
Holding their fucking arms and being grateful that they're still alive. That's what I want to see. I want to see motherfuckers that say, we were just in a game. It's on now. Now it's really like these guys have arrived. We want to. This is somebody that we got to take seriously.
How come the Chiefs ain't have no injuries, man? We need to change that.
That's right.
We need to change that.
That's right.
I don't like to see anybody get hurt unless they're wearing a Chiefs uniform. You already know that. You already know
fucking
that.
Ain't
ketchup
nothing wrong
and
with that.
mustard.
Yeah.
Fuck that
So,
ketchup and mustard. bro.
Hopefully we answered that question, Callie. That's a great question. And we'll talk about that more on Thursday. We can get a show together for you guys on Thursday. Keys of the game. We're going to try to keep making that happen every week. So it's time we're back from Kane. So let's go to the phone lines. And I do want to say right now, after the game next week, if this is a W, I'm throwing the whole outline out the window. We're going right back to the calls. We're going to get Lucille on here.
Oh,
we're going to get Jen on here. We're going to get everybody on the show next week.
Yeah.
If this is a W, we're throwing everything out the window, bro.
And I'll still be here because I still call it.
And you know what? I'm throwing this out the window right now.
No, you know what?
going on?
Kenny's gonna shotgun one of those cucumber coaches.
Now that
No.
you said it, I have to.
No,
Bro.
No,
I'm not gonna
Not if
shotgun
we
it.
win.
I'm not gonna-
If we win, Kenny's gonna partake in one of Ches official fucking chelas.
Damn, bro. I've already lost 10 pounds. I can't
It's
go
okay.
backwards.
One chela isn't gonna give you 10 pounds back.
That's true.
It's gonna give you
a 1-to-10 ratio.
maybe 16 ounces.
Until you leave here and I'm freebasing Popeye's mashed potatoes, bro. Because you trigger my addiction.
Oh,
But let's go to the phone lines right now. I've heard from Kane. So we're going to open up the phone lines. I'm looking for calls that came in today. Somebody's asking me about a hotel. I don't know.
Hotel.
I think it's,
motel, holiday Inn.
No.
It's the captain, bro.
It's a bad transcript is what it is. So let's go here. This call came in at 4:45 today. This is from the 360. You already know who this is.
Can somebody please explain to me what the fuck I just watched?
I think we just did, but I'm gonna let you continue.
We just did.
I'm kind of confused, man. Kenny Shea Kane, brother Wasabi, what's up, Pillagers? This is Pete. Man, whew, that was a stressful fucking game. Tell me about it. Damn. I gotta say something though.
I gotta say really quick, hold on before you get started. I want to give a shout out to Pete for making his name Pillaging Pete.
Yeah.
We
Shout out.
We appreciate you embracing that, but I just want you to know, this again. You guys responded to this, and this is only the first. I think we got like 3 calls right now. I said, don't let this guy run away with it again this year, Mr. Nesty time. Don't make it Mr. Nesty 2 time.
Right.
Okay. Now I'm still betting on Pete. Like I'm a big fan. But let's give him a run for his money. Calling you guys out. You responded last time, but now you're sagging off, bro. This is a 16-game season, y'all.
Yeah.
Don't let him run away with it. He's probably going to win
on now.
anyways.
Come on now.
You know what I'm saying?
Come on now. You guys are up against it, man.
We need that dark horse candidate, bro.
We need some competition for Pete,
I'm
man.
saying.
Pete comes in with the hot calls, man. You gotta compete.
Because in come March, you're going to look on Twitter. It's going to say Pillaging Pete. And then
Two-time
in little parentheses is going to say 2-time.
Mr. Nesty time.
Mr. Nesty time.
Do it, Jay Cali. Call in, bro.
Mr. Nesty 2-time.
I know with the absentee of last week's episode, one thing that I got to say in comparison to most is I wouldn't say I'm surprised, like for us Raider optimists and stuff like that. We actually hung in with a fucking buzzsaw of an AFC contender. That was pretty rad to see. But dear God, like fumbles. Like, do they not teach ball security in fucking college anymore? Like, what's going on, man? Like, it's just weird. So I'm just gonna try and keep it short and sweet. But my optimism is, hey, look, we can hang in there with good fucking teams, with 4-0 teams, man.
Yeah.
Like, this team is actually a lot better than some give it credit for.
Yeah.
And we know it, y'all know it, but damn, I thought just 1 or 2 plays. So my MVP this week has to go to the middle-aged 23-year-old one, Mr. Hunter Renfrow. That tiny motherfucker does spectacular shit that when he needs to, he does it. And it's awesome. Like, I don't know, like, without him, we would have been in Bucksville big time, son. And my trash can player of the week, I don't give it to Derek Carr for fumbling. I don't give it to Darren Waller for the fumble. I don't give it to play calling that John Gruden did on a 4th and 1. He ran what is possibly the most predictable fucking play that we possibly could have ran, Josh Jacobs over to the right. My trash can player of the week is someone who I question how the fuck he has a job, Brandon Parker. Wow. Denzel Good showed out at left guard today, man. Yeah. He really did. But as soon as we had to put in Parker instead of Young, like, how in the fuck does this guy still have a job?
Wait, Parker?
Like, please, God, let him go. Just let him go. All right? Like, you know, I've had my observations about other off-season moves we've made, but, like, we how do you look that lost when you've been in the same system for so many years, Mr. Parker? What the fuck, bro? Hey, well, I'm out here. Y'all have a good one. I'm going to crack a chilla. I'm not soggy sorrows. I'm not hella pissed off. I'm not happy, but this game was confusing, man. See y'all at 7 tonight. Late.
See, that's how you put a call together. You have a strong open. You shout out every host. You get right into your take. You list some names. You make your points. You come to the end. Underneath the 3-minute mark, lands the plane. Same energy from the top to the bottom.
Yep.
That's the blueprint right there.
That's it.
Pretty
That's
much.
it, man.
Every week. Pete, I got nothing to say against you, bro. That was a solid phone call. I don't disagree.
I have to say that, Pete, thank you for calling out that Brandon Parker, because I had no idea he actually went in there. I'm a big advocate of dumping his ass a long time ago.
Bro.
And, dude, I had no idea he was in there, so that explains a lot.
When we let Sharp go and kept Parker, I didn't sleep for 3 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I had no idea what the hell, dude. Like, who was trying to cover their ass on that one, or what the fuck, dude? Because Parker, for real, dude, like, man, dude, like, I appreciate the fact that we tried to help out the kid, but at some point, you know, we just got to cut bait, dude, and call it a day.
Let's go to the 816 right here. Let's see what's good. This is short and sweet.
Yo, it's your boy, Jen. What's up, Tank?
Oh, what's up?
Jill.
What's up, Kenny? What's up, Bobby? What's up, Tay? Hey, this ain't for y'all, I already know. But for the rest of the pillagers out there, get your 10 up, nigga. Ain't no need to have your head hanging. There ain't no need to be talking shit about Carr. Bro, we had hella injuries. 4 fumbles, 3 turnovers. Bro, even with that, we was competing with the Bills, and they supposed to be one of the teams that's guaranteed to go to the playoffs and threaten for a Super Bowl. Not that I'm saying that that's what they're going to do. I'm just saying that's what everybody's talking about them. Hey, bro. We competed in the fucking football game with hella injuries, motherfucking hella mistakes. We only lost by a touchdown, bro. Hey, that ain't shit. Really? Yeah, a touchdown. We lost by a touchdown. So, with that being the case, we need to get fucking healthy in the second half of the season. And, you know, gonna lighten up. And we're gonna whoop ass back on that back end when we get healthy. Hey, we lost to the Bills, but go get the Chiefs and everything won't be forgiven. Your boy Gent out. I love y'all motherfuckers. Raiders!
Ooh, another flamethrower call right there. In fact, I'm just going to give you the fireball. That's the only guy really giving Pete a run for his money right now. We might have to end up having a silver and black off at the end of the season. I don't know.
That'd be dope. That would be good.
I don't know.
We should do one of those like game show where they like have to like run to the thing and like the doors open up and knock them out. What was it? Extreme. Remember used to be all like at 2 in the morning.
Challenge,
yeah, dude.
You gotta make a polvo over a fucking over a swamp to land on the fucking on a fucking floating mat.
That was the worst voiceover ever, dog.
No, hey, that shit was comedy, bro. They would make up teams. They'd be like, today it's the middle-aged school teachers versus the fucking plumbers
or some shit.
Yeah. We're gonna have to put these guys on the pedestals, the American Gladiator joust competition.
Hey,
or put Bobby on the tennis ball cannon and see if they can. You know what I'm saying? Gent, solid call. He was in the car. Probably on his way to burn down Andy Reid's house or poke holes in his face shield or something.
He's just gonna go leave like 10 cakes on his front doorstep.
He was gonna light a bunch of potatoes on fire.
Let's
Chuck them in
Let's
his
see if this
house.
motherfucker eats all these cakes right now.
No disrespect, Pete, but if it comes down to a battle of physicality, Jen's got you, bro.
Yeah, I think
He's
Jen's got you.
bro.
Yeah.
Let's go to the 209. This is Vince. Let's see what's up, Jen. Vince, before I move on, Jen, thanks for underlining everything we said in the show. Hey, we're not hitting that panic button. We've heard that before from us, and we're gonna toe the line. So thank you. We're on the same page. Vince has a little disclaimer. He says his call is boring. He says pass up his call after that one.
Vinny, you
just
called,
because he
bro.
said that, Vinny, I'm gonna play your damn call.
Here we go.
Twice.
Here we go.
Just kidding. I'm gonna play it once.
Like it's the quite, bro.
90 seconds. Let's go.
Hey fellas, this is your boy Raider Nug. Yeah, a little somber, little defeated after that game. Thought that maybe, they made the mistakes they made last week would be corrected.
All right, I'm gonna let this go because I can see a lot of censorship later in the call. So I'm hoping the energy picks up. I see a lot of asterisks in the transcript. So
Asterisk is good, man.
Yeah, asterisk is good for this show.
and I just want to say it just
That's some bread and butter.
It transcribed the Google.
I spelled my fucking name with an asterisk, bro.
The Google transcription is, "Hey fellas, Sushi Boy denied a little bomber, a little defeated after that game." Google man,
That used
Do
to be,
better,
That used to
bro.
be my tagging name, bro. Sushi Boy.
Sushi Boy,
Sushi boy.
A lot better clean game this week, but the same penalties.
Support name, bro.
turnovers, Same struggles in the red zone. Same bad play calling. No big pass rush. The team is a little defeated with injuries, but come on. Next man mentality has to be there at some point. You can't just rely on the guys that were supposed to start. They're all professionals. They got to get in there. They got to fucking get this shit done. Both games should have been won, could have been won easily, but just stupid mistakes, bad schemes all around. I don't know. You play like that going into Kansas City next week, and they're going to put up 60, and we're going to put up 12, all field goals. So, I don't know. Things got to get cleaned up. Hopefully we get a couple key players back next week, and they do make the right adjustments, even though we've been saying that for years, to make the right adjustments. But you know what? Shit. This is still my team. Fucking Raiders. Let's fucking go.
all right, Vinny, not too shabby.
Hey, I like how the Google Translate says Hakeem fucking Raiders.
It's the new NBA player.
Shout out,
next
shout out Google Translate.
Man,
Hakeem fucking Raiders.
Hakeem fucking Raiders, bro.
He must be from Uganda.
He's a center, bro, and he's got
Hey.
footwork for days.
Right. Shout out to Hakeem Olajuwon. Quick preview. We're gonna post a survey probably tomorrow, if not Tuesday. We're down to the championship round of our group bracket, so need to mention that. We got Jim Otto versus Howie Long. Jim Otto ranked 1. Howie Long ranked 4th. He had a tough bracket, but made it through. Howie Long defeated Al Davis.
I'm surprised he made it this far, dude.
You know what I'm saying? And we got Marcus Allen versus Jack Tatum.
I mean, listen, we all agree that Howie maybe he should have gone out earlier, but I mean, how can you deny that mullet, bro?
Right.
It was a thing of beauty.
Right.
It had
I'm
all
working on
of
it, dog.
it had all of the young Raider Nation
I'm working on it. Look at this.
just
Look at this.
fucking rocking with that party in the front, that fucking business in the front, party in the back, bro. Then everybody had that shit. My cousins were rocking that Howie Long, bro.
Howie Long was
With
going
the
for
fucking
that.
peine, they were just using the peine on the front right here.
Hey,
And
Howie
then just
Long
like-
was going for that Los Bookies.
Just a little bit of finger on the back, just get a little
Dog.
flip on the back, bro.
The Tennessee Waterfall. Shout out to Howie Long in the new Skechers commercial, because I know Howie Long is newly single, and he was surrounded by some beauties in that new Skechers.
watch out now.
He's liking that single life,
Watch
bro.
out now.
I have those Skechers on right now. I take off my shoe, but it's kind of hot in here, so
Right?
it's gonna funk up the place.
Okay,
But I got them on right now.
We love the fun. Gotta get that funk.
Just to let you guys know how we got there, because I don't know if we gave you the outcome of the last Grow matchups, but it was Jim Otto with 75% of the vote over Gene Upshaw. I thought that might be a little bit closer, but hey, man, it's Jim Otto. It's 0-0 himself.
Yep.
Phil Villipiano got taken out by Howie Long. Howie Long was 74% of the vote there. That one was not even close.
I was upset.
We had another blowout. Marcus Allen. Oh, actually, I blew this, man. Totally blew this. I'm blowing it. It's Ken Stabler over Marcus Allen. I'm tripping. I don't even know where I got that. Ken Stabler with 90% of the vote.
There you go. Come on.
So hold on. That makes me feel a lot better.
Yeah,
We're just looking at the pie chart the wrong way.
I was. I was just thinking about pie, to be honest, bro.
Kenny was hungry. That's
He's like, oh, man, I really want the majority of that pie. I don't want like a little bit of that pie.
Ken Stabler moving on. Sorry. So we got Ken Stabler versus Willie Brown in the final. So Willie Brown was 65% of the vote over Jack Tatum. Man, I had that one wrong too.
Yeah, man.
You know what it is? I think I wrote these in and I let the vote continue, and it actually got swayed later in the week.
There you go.
Willie Brown, I love Jack Tatum, but man, Willie Brown's still riding with us. No disrespect, rest in peace, Jack Tatum. But what I mean by that is Willie Brown at the draft. Come on, that's a perennial thing. We look forward to that every single year.
Yep.
So let me reset that one more time with the correct names and the correct rankings. We got Jim Otto ranked number 1 versus Howie Long ranked 4th. Ken Stabler ranked 3rd in his bracket against Willie Brown ranked 4th. So the only number 1 ranked player making it into this final championship round was Jim Otto. Before we move out of this, any early predictions, guys? Who do you see out of this 4-man group winning the whole shebang? I'm going to go ahead and say Jim Otto. I'm going to say Jim Otto, man. I'm going to say 0-0. I want to say Ken Stabler. Yeah, I'm going to say Ken Stabler.
That's actually what I was about to say, but
I'm going to say Ken Stabler, man. You're talking about the greatest Raider of all time. There's no guy on this list that epitomizes what it means to be a Raider more than Ken Stabler.
just for that, I'm going to start tweeting pictures of Jim Otto's leg
Oh, shit.
so that people remember what Jim Otto gave up for this team.
Hey.
So that's who I'm going for. I'm going for because Foo's no longer there, so I'm going Jim Otto.
Word.
That's a tough one, man. It's a tough one. I said Jim Otto. I thought Jim Otto was going to probably take it just because for the majority of our fan base, especially the mayores of our fan base, right?
Yeah.
Jim Otto is the man. He is the man. He's considered Mr. Raider, right? So,
Of course.
But man, Kenny Stabler, bro. Today when they showed that graphic and they were like, "Yo, Derek Carr's like about to tie Kenny Stabler," and they were like, "Oh, that's amazing, right? He's records and all that kind of stuff." And I was like, "To complete it all, you got to win a title, bro.
Yep.
That will cement you as the best Raiders quarterback. That's the only way. It doesn't matter how many touchdowns you put up, how many passing yards you throw up. If there's no Super Bowl attached to your name, you cannot qualify as the greatest Raiders quarterback." So, that being said, man, Kenny Stabler, I'm going to have to give my vote to him. But obviously, I know Jim Otto's a big fan favorite. I will not be surprised.
I'll give it up to Kenny Stabler's wall that he used to have during practice. During the when they used to go out to training camps.
Yeah.
That wall was famous, man.
Hey.
And you know what I'm talking about,
Hey.
dog. If y'all read that bio, that wall is very famous. So I give it up to that wall right there because that wall got stories. Like.
Shout out to the wall. Shout out to Ken Stabler's private refrigerator that he had in his dorm room during training camp in Napa too. Stock full
Nice.
of the finest chelas.
Hey, I feel like Kenny Stabler would have hung out with the Pillaging Podcast, man.
Oh hell yeah, bro.
Oh, dude,
Yeah,
he would
yeah.
have been in here.
If we were tailgating during the Kenny Stabler era, he probably would have fucking hung out with us until fucking kickoff.
There is no probably, dog. He would have been here.
He
dog.
would have been right there chugging chelas and we're like, "Yo, hey, Kenny, They're about to kick the ball off right now, bro.
He would have put us all in the hospital trying to keep up with him.
This is true. I don't.
Che would be the only one to keep up with.
Dan Miller would be in jail right now, bro.
Shout out Dan Miller.
Shout out to Dan Miller. Good ass dude. Hella cool dude.
Facts.
Yeah, if you guys don't know, Dan Miller is Colt Miller's dad. I had the pleasure of hanging out with him all the last 2 seasons, really, in Oakland.
Yeah.
Chilling with him at the tailgates. Solid dude. He's just hella down to earth, bro. He's just one of the guys.
He always came through, said hi, man. He got on the air a few times.
Yeah.
I think he was told not to get on the air a few times.
Yeah. Colton was like, every time you go on the show, you make me nervous.
I got to hear about it.
Every time you go on, I get fined.
Yeah. So shout out to Colton Miller listening to the Pillaging Podcast in the locker room.
Yeah.
And if he's listening, you know the rest of them are. Shout out to all you guys in the silver and black. Got the L today, but you know what? You were in there playing, and just like Jen said, competing for 4 quarters. So
that's right.
Want to see more of that energy, carry it into next week. And we'll be right here for you after the game. You already know what time it is, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time every Sunday night.
That's right.
And he said, where would we be if it wasn't for our Sunday night traditions? We love you, Raider Nation. We love all the pillagers that come through. Hey, you could be a member of Raider Nation and not be a pillager. Remember that. So come in here, earn your wings, get your stripes, join the quickest growing army in Raider Nation.
There you go.
We're right here.
That's right.
Guys, have we said it all?
I think so, man. I think so. I think we hit all the different areas of this game and what we're looking forward to in the upcoming game, man. We just hope this team can come out and do right by its fan base. Yeah. Come on, man. Come out here. We've seen you pull out some games that you weren't supposed to win, some games that people doubted you.
That's right.
Like, we're not your doubters, okay? The Raider Nation doesn't doubt. We fucking sulk. We fucking drown our sorrows. And then we come back strong the next week and we're like, let's get this W. So we're telling you, we're here. You can depend on us. We ain't going to give up. We think you got a shot. Make it happen, man. Prove us right and put the rest of the league on notice. Like, we're not your pushovers anymore. Kansas City Chiefs, we're not your pushovers anymore. We're not your little brother. You're not going to just coming into town. You're not going to just expect a fucking W and expect to embarrass us anymore. That's not going to happen anymore. Expect to get beat the fuck up when you play the Raiders, man.
To get hit in the fucking teeth.
That's what I want, man.
Let's go.
That's what I want.
I want a black tooth. I want somebody to have that bruised tooth. You know what I mean?
Have that chimotrufia tooth?
It's just got like the nerve got bruised inside. It's just purple forever. I want Patrick Mahomes to have a purple tooth.
Shout out to Raider Watts. Thanks for coming in the chat. Catch you next time. Everybody, make sure you check out Raider Watts on YouTube. But for now, that's it for this week's show. Tune in every week wherever podcasts are found.
That's right.
Until next week, keep the wind in your sails and the rum in your mug and pillage on, Raider Nation. This has been a production of the Crow's Nest Podcast Network. I'm Kenny Stapler, joined as always
by your boy Che
and Bobby Wasabi.
We out here. Peace. Go Raiders.
Just win, baby. Like a freight train coming, you're blowing the town. Like a diesel motor, you never shut down. With your pistons pumping, you're mowing them down. It's a sight to see. They all lay their money down. When you're gone, mama, hell, you ain't acting right. When you're gone, mama, I can still see your eyes. When you're gone, mama, this'll be my last goodbye. When you're gone, gone, when the sky is gray and the night sets in.